We're live.
We're live. On
Yes.
me, on me.
Yes, on you. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Davey's Dark Tournament, hosted by Sebastian. My name is Larry.
Seb.
And this is the Davey's Dark Tournament, episode 17. And damn, it feels good to be back because we are back into the mid tiers where we can just speculate and headcanon all we want because honestly, anybody could win at this point. It's all about perspective and character analysis, plus a little bit of navigating through the votes and making sure people aren't colluding. Yeah, I'm speaking to people in the chat.
There's gonna be some collusion, bro. There's always some collusion.
Yeah. So
Okay.
other than that, Seb, it's all you, brother.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome to DDT, Davey's Dark Tournament, the show where we have you guys join us in the Discord's voice chat so that you can combat for your favorite. Damn, I always mess this part up. So you guys can debate your favorite combatants and see who wins. Right now, we're continuing the mid-tier tournament. We had a really, really great show to start off the tournament. Last week, we had some real interesting debates and conversations, mostly from Mandu and Cody. It was really fun. Hoodie as well. Hoodie put up a good fight versus Pika, but we're continuing on here. As you guys can see, I had to switch up the bracket that we were using. For whatever reason, Bracket HQ went down. I don't know what happened. I got tried to get in contact with their the support team, and I didn't get anything back. So it is what it is. Had to create a new bracket on Excel. Peep the Excel skills. You know what I mean? I just copied the template. It was like it was like. But hope you guys like it. It is a little different format, but it's kind of the same thing. So it is what it is. It actually broke each of the brackets into fours.
Yeah.
So we can do like each four like now instead of just doing the whole thing of 32 or whatever, which is cool.
Nice.
I kind of like it better that way.
Yeah.
I like the style of the Bracket HQ one a little better, the black and the gray, but you know, that's me. But without any further ado, this week we have a couple really interesting matchups. As always, we ask that you guys join us in the Discord voice chat, the Den of 𝐷𝐴𝐴𝐻. The entrance to the den, and then we will drag you each up individually or in groups, more likely, to debate for who you guys want to win, who you guys think wins, who you got, what diff, and why, as always. And straight up, you know, it should be a lot of fun. We ask that you guys remain muted when we do drag you guys in. I know you guys have your debates and conversations inside the entrance to the den, but we ask that you guys remain muted when we drag you in, and then wait until you're called upon so everybody's not talking all over each other. We've been pretty good with that so far for the past few weeks, but if you guys are getting some really nice debates in, we'll let you guys get a back and forth in, but please try to be respectful and try not to talk over one another if you can. We do have a couple people in the entrance to the den, so I'm ready to start, Larry. I don't know if you are.
Yeah. Remember, it's only debating. There's no arguing. Keep it respectful. Remember that we're streaming, so please, no cursing. Do not throw any slurs that you're just used to using, because at the end of the day, YouTube's like, I don't care about your culture. So keep it like just PG. All right, guys. Other than that, do you want me to start dragging people in, right?
Yeah, let's get 𝐵𝐵𝐿𝐴𝐴𝐻 in here. He was here early. JT, Juandon.
Who else?
I'm trying to remember who I think PlayDead was in here early too. And I think how many want to go, Larry? I don't know how many people we have total.
Listen,
Hey, bring Shin in here.
We're good here? Bring Shin in?
Yeah, bring Shin. I want to go with Shin.
All right, Shin is in as requested.
Shin wants it. Yeah.
All right, so we'll just do these these four, right? You want to go 4x4?
This is 5. Oh yeah, it is 4. It is 4. Yeah,
Yeah.
we can do 4x4. That's fine for now anyway.
Okay, Juandon got out actually.
Oh,
No, it's 5. Yeah, we have 5.
I mean, I don't know if Juan can't talk, he can't talk.
I mean, he'll let us know. I think it just kicked him out.
All right, how's it going, gentlemen? Welcome to the DDT. You know the vibes. Who you got? What diff? And why? Welcome. Hope you guys are having an amazing Tuesday night. I know we had to switch the time up and the day up this go round, but should be a lot of fun. How's it going, gentlemen?
What's up, guys?
What's up, gang?
Gang.
Valencia, you was in here early, man. I seen you. What's up?
Because I usually miss it on time, so this time I had to be extra early. So
Is the day switch better for you?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I mean, I don't know if it's gonna be the long term switch. I'm kind of just in a hotel right now, and I got some meetings that are gonna run a little late next week, but we'll see. We'll see. But all right. How's it going, y'all? I'm gonna go to each of you individually, and I'll start with Valencia because he was the first person I saw in the den. So, all right, B, who you got? What diff and why? This matchup is going to be Little Oars Jr. versus Gladius. I hope for those of y'all that don't remember, Gladius is the Rupture Man from Dressrosa. So he's a dude with the spiky hair that was shooting a bunch of explosive bullets. Sometimes it's hard for everybody to remember some of these mid-tier combatants, but I think it's gonna be an interesting fight. Hopefully y'all did y'all research. I actually did research for this one. But without further ado, I'm gonna let you take it. Valencia, what's up?
So, before I'm gonna be honest, I didn't know who this man was. I just seen he was going against Little Oars, and off rip, I got Little Oars winning. Even reading his background, I still got Oars winning. This man is about 20 times his size. I don't see how you beating somebody that's 20 times your size with the rupture fruit. And I think when I read the devil fruit, it said that he had to touch him for him to like swell up and rupture. And it said they had to hold on to him for it to fully connect. He's not. Oars just gonna swing him away like a whole mile and just go ahead and walk back. No diff.
All right, you got Little Oars, no diff. All right, interesting. Larry, it's not the same as normal, so I'm gonna try to take note on who said what, or at least I'm gonna try to. But like, if you can also try to, that would be great because I can't do the voting on this one as I normally would.
Hold on. I'll do it right now.
You muted.
My bad. I said I'll do it right now. I think I could do it.
All right. Appreciate the take, Valencia. We'll go to JT.
Valencia, I thought we were bros, man. That was the most ridiculous thing I ever heard in my entire life.
I'm sorry.
I got Gladius.
He said I'm sorry.
I got Gladius. I mean, if you don't remember who he is, like, obviously you wouldn't think so he'd win. But he doesn't have to directly touch Oars. He can, touch the floor and make a bunch of, consecutive places to spike, as well as he can, so he carries the gun. And there was one time in the show that, he was able to, what's it called? I don't know how to explain his ability, but, blow up the gun a little bit, blow up the bullets and send them up, as well as put spikes in them that had poison. So one thing that we're forgetting is, yes, Oars is tanky. Oars is him, but in a one-on-one fight, he's not it. He went to Marineford, he destroyed a lot of no-diff fodder, he destroyed a lot of land, then he fell over. He was good, but he didn't really take anyone, kill anyone bad in a one-on-one. And also Gladius, he has so much destructive power. Someone like Oars is a perfect target for him. He has more speed. I think he has much more speed than Oars. So say he gets on Oars' back and if he just explodes that man, he's not doing anything. As well as the poison needles that Gladius can utilize. Oars can take a lot of hits, but I wouldn't say low diff because it's gonna take Gladius a long time to kill him. So I'll give him mid diff, but still I don't think the Oars is gonna land a single hit. Just too small of a kit.
All right. Appreciate the take, JT. A lot of points I wanted to bring out myself, so I'm glad somebody brought it out early. But yeah, don't sleep on Gladius in here. Don't sleep on Oars either. I think you sleep on Oars a little bit too much, JT. But we'll get to that a little bit later.
Yeah.
All right?
Before we move to the next one, Rionosuke super chatted $2. He says, "Yo guys, let's get some good debate." Thank you, Rionosuke.
Yeah, Rionosuke is always good for some good debate, man. I can't wait to get him up in here for this one. I'm really curious to see what he got to say. Yeah. But we'll go to Juan Don 24. What's up, Juan? I think this is your first time in the DDT, so welcome.
Yeah, what's up? How y'all doing?
Juan, you're a little low.
My bad, can you hear me?
Talk again?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you better now. What's up?
How y'all doing? Not much.
All Yeah, I'm good. I'm tired, man. That flight was mad short, but it felt a little longer. You know what I'm saying? But I'm good.
That's what's up. So I think I'm gonna have to go with Oars Jr. on this one. I'm pretty sure he beat a vice admiral. I know their power kind of wanes in that field, but I don't think I would put Gladius in the vice admiral level. To be honest, he got defeated by Cavendish. Wasn't in Hakuba form, was he? He just like
It wasn't Cavendish who ended up beating him. It was
and he wasn't
Bartolomeo.
Hakuba form. And he wasn't Hakuba form when he saved Robin from his attack.
well, he got beat by Barto. That's even worse. I feel like. But he did get jumped. But still. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Orange Jr. on this one.
What's the diff?
I say mid diff.
Mid diff? Okay. All right, Juan. I appreciate the take. Juan was the guy who hit me up on the DMs about joining the DDT. So I'm glad you were able to make it for this one, man. I really do appreciate you being here.
Excellent beer.
All right, we'll move on to my guy Shin. What up, Shin?
Man, what's up, man? I'm hearing all this stuff about Gladius and Oars Jr. People saying mid-diff. Y'all, I'm gonna spit straight facts from here on out. First, I want to say I got my boy Oars Jr. Negative.
Yeah.
Like I don't know why people think Gladius, who I couldn't even remember who it was, can beat my boy Oars Jr., who is bigger than regular giants. They are literally ancient giants. And it took the combined force of Kuma, Doflamingo, and Gecko Moria to take this man down. And he was still moving. He was still moving after that. We cannot forget that. And the attack that Kuma did, that might be the strongest attack we ever seen Kuma do. Like, no, he didn't pull that off at Thriller Bark. He got like the Repel fruit, Kuma. Oh, he got the pawpaw fruit. I'm gonna just leave it at that. And like, he literally took a massive ball, like how big that ball was. It was like as big as almost a giant. Condensed it into like a minuscule point, sent it to Oars, and literally caved in his whole chest. You can do that to an ancient giant. Obviously, that got some power. Next, he's an ancient giant. The bigger you are, the tougher your skin is gonna be, and the tougher his hide is gonna be. He took down another giant with relative ease, and like, you say he's not gonna dodge. Gladius can hit the floor, explode the floor, or rupture the floor. I'm huge. That doesn't mean nothing to me. I take one step to the left, it's not gonna touch me. Like, what is the point? Yeah, Gladius got what? I did some research myself, and we include their weapons, right?
Yeah, everything they got.
Oars got this sword, which is as big as a skyscraper. And literally, even if he don't hit you, the shockwave and the damage that it caused in its wake is just immense and massive. Gladius can touch the floor, rupture it. I'm big. That's not going to touch me. He can't rupture or like living things. He cannot do that. He can only do that to himself. And yeah, he can rupture inorganic items. But like I said, if Gladius not like pulling out some little boy, atomic, big boy stuff like World War II stuff, it's not even touching Oars. Like, Gladius needs to come with it. Now, it will be a little different if Gladius can like affect other people, like living things, like, oh yeah, I touched you, I rupture your whole leg, now your leg explode and stuff. But no, he can't do that. So obviously, it's gonna be negative. You try to come to me and rupture your body by touch, you rupture your own body, but you gotta touch me? You a mosquito. I'm gonna smack the mess out you. What you mean? Like, it's gonna be that simple and that sweet. You ain't got nothing, like, I ain't got nothing else to say. Oars Jr., my boy, got that negative real easy. Gladius ain't got nothing. Anybody want to rebuttal, they can, but I'll rebuttal your rebuttal. So, go ahead.
I'm gonna wait for Play Dead to go, and then I'm gonna send my point.
All right. I appreciate the take, Shin. I like a couple of things you pointed out too, man. I thought JT was a little downplaying on Oars a little bit. He got some feats. He's a big dude. He's strong. I think he was hyping his agility a little bit too much. You talking about he's just gonna dodge some stuff? I don't know about all that.
No,
But
I didn't say dodge. I said if
I
he
can move to the left and I'm good.
Oars can walk. He can walk.
He
Like,
can jump too. He can jump too.
that's even better. What is that explosion? Belly flop on this man Gladius. Like, he can't do nothing.
All right, but yeah.
Go ahead, man.
I have a quick question, just to double down. What's
Yeah.
stronger? This man rupturing the ground or Oars jumping? I'm taking Oars jumping over him rupturing the ground. Oars taking one little leap, it's over.
I mean, y'all can scale these things yourselves if y'all want. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I think it really depends.
Hey, and let me rebuttal real quick. You said that like Oars is gonna jump, Oars is gonna dodge, bro. Did you see how slow Kuma's attack was, bro? That it was a little floating bubble walking into Oars. Oars just stared at it like an idiot and then took that.
Okay. Even if he don't, I take the dodging stuff out. What I just said. If y'all heard dodging, y'all heard it. I'm tanking it. He's taking it.
He's taking it. But what happened? Where is he right now? Dead. He's dead. He got work.
Because 3 warlords. Are you telling me Gladius is stronger than 𝐴𝐿𝐵𝐵𝐵, Kuma, and 𝑔𝐸𝐿 pre-time?
Absolutely not. But if we're talking destructive power, he's
no.
up there. Absolutely, he is up
he's
there.
Not up there with,
He is.
so he's up there with the attack that Kuma did. That's what you're telling me.
I think that he's up there. Yes.
Go
Kuma's
ahead.
one-
Let's
listen.
This is blasphemous. This is blasphemous.
Listen. So Kuma sent one attack, and it sent Oars to what? Half HP. Gladius can send like multiple of those, and they're not as strong as Kuma. But even if they are fourth as strong as Kuma's attack, like he finna get worked.
No, I don't know why you think Gladius move is that strong. It is not. Oars was tanking.
You don't even
Oars
remember
was
it.
tanking cannonballs, and like Gladius is basically throwing cannonballs. Like, let's be honest. For real.
Cannonballs. It's
It
way
might
stronger
be
than cannonballs.
It
And it's
might
got
be.
poison.
It might be. No, his hair is the only thing that got poisoned. But like, it might be stronger than cannonballs. Oh well. But Kuma's attack is nowhere near the level of what Gladius was throwing out. It's like you're comparing my size 15 shoe to an ant. Like, what are you talking about?
All right. How much stronger do you think Kuma's attack is to Gladius' strongest attack?
His strongest attack.
Yes,
I say it's probably.
Hold on. Shin, JT, I gotta get Play Dead's take.
Yeah, my bad.
After
Play
that.
Dead. Hey, Play Dead, that's on me, bro.
Play Dead, man. What's up?
I think he playing dead.
He went off mute just now. He chilling. What up, bro?
Am I good?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right. I'm a little nervous first time here. But
It's
I
all
want
good,
to
man.
make
It's all
it
good. Me and Larry ain't shit.
Yeah, thank you for being here, by the way.
Now you guys are celebrities.
We ain't celebrities, man. We just One Piece fans. That's all it is. What's up? Who you got? What diff and why?
All right. I'm going to disappoint JT because the correct answer is Oars Jr.
Okay.
He's more durable. He was the entry frag to Marineford. I don't think Gladius could do that. And Oars Jr. might be a little brain dead, but I'm sure he can whack him out. Low diff.
Low diff? Okay. All right. Appreciate the take. Play Dead. JT, Shin, y'all can go back at it if you want.
What's up? What's up? Come on.
Hey, listen.
Because I just thought of other feats too. So
It don't matter. I don't care. Listen, bro. Listen. Oars, like, basically, like, what Playdead just said is that Oars was just a huge meat shield, and that's all he's good for. He gonna get blown up like a million times, and then he gonna fall to the ground and cry. Whitebeard, like, bro, like, what did he actually do besides destroy a bunch of fodder people?
Let me know when you're done. Let me know when you're done.
Go ahead. Tell me one person that he took down that was actually
first off, obviously, devil fruits are linked to stamina. We know that with every devil fruit. So he's not going to throw out a million bombs. Like, let's be for real. Next, like I said, it took 3 warlords to take him out, and he was still moving. Third,
oh my gosh, you act like he needed those.
Listen. Just listen. Open your ears.
I got you.
The Marine Ford put up walls so that people couldn't get to the main plaza, and Whitebeard's Gura no Mi attack couldn't even get past it. They needed Orange Jr. And if you're telling me that Orange Jr.'s strength is not stronger than Gladius to the point where they like Whitebeard couldn't even get past it, but they needed Orange Jr. to, that gotta mean something to you, man. That gotta mean something to you.
Oh, Shin. Oars ain't break them walls. He just was in the way of them lifting up.
He ain't break the walls down?
Nah, he didn't.
Nah, he ain't break them walls.
He fell on top of it after he got bombarded.
If I remember more accurately, I think his blood seeped into the mechanical systems, which prevented it from lifting up.
Yeah, they climbed over him.
Definition of a meat shield.
Can I ask a question?
My bad for incorrectly remembering my Marine Ford. I'm sorry. But anyway,
you're level feats just now, bro.
That was pretty wild.
You're wilding out.
But even then, he still got his sword. His skin is durable to the point where like the warlords was the only thing that harmed him. Honestly,
oh my gosh, listen, but like you saying all 3 warlords, bro. He could have gotten taken down by a Gecko Moria alone.
What?
Alone. Like, he got, like you saying, like 3 warlords had to take him down. Bro, ~Doflamingo one-tapped that man's leg.
Okay.
He can lift the head and he's dead.
Now answer this, though. Is he fighting Gecko Moria? He's fighting Gladius! And he wasn't even close to warlord level. It doesn't matter.
He is close to warlord level. He is close to the warlord level. He had a higher bounty. He had a much higher bounty than Gecko Moria. Like, Arlong is warlord level, bro. What are we talking about? Arlong and Buggy were both warlords. What are we talking about?
What?
Just Buggy.
Oh my God. Now we talking about narrative purposes. That's what we doing now. We talking about
you're saying warlord level.
And then you want to bring bounty into it? What was Gladius bounty? I don't remember, dude.
It was like 550 million.
That was Oars. That was literally Oars bounty. That was
what's Gladius bounty? Someone.
I don't think it's
someone don't remember. Irrelevant. Because if Luffy got a bounty of 500 million after Dressrosa.
31 million.
31 million! Oh my God!
Gladius was
31.
He's
like a
million.
Get him out of here.
He said that's
blue. That's blue. You take 2 Don Kriegs. That's Gladius right there.
So, like I was saying, bounty don't matter.
You want to say bounty don't matter.
And bounty don't matter, like I was saying, because Chopper's bounty was 5, and like he top 5 in the verse. So,
JT, you gotta eat that one, bro. You gotta eat that one.
Man, just hold it.
I will acknowledge that bounty doesn't always placate the strength, because Oars' bounty is likely inflated because of the crew he's on and the size of him in general.
That's basically what I said.
But you can't take that. You can't take that away from him, though.
550 million. Also, I don't think Gladius should be as low as 31 million. You know what I mean? But
he sure ain't no 500. I can tell you that.
Listen. Oars don't like, bro. But you gotta understand, like, Oars has a high bounty because like he could destroy like a bunch of stuff, slight work, but like
like Gladius.
Listen. It's a 1v1 fight. It is a 1v1 fight, and someone of his size with his speed struggles massively in a 1v1 shot.
But what you're forgetting is the durability that Oars has as an ancient giant race. Not even a regular giant. He's an ancient giant.
Okay, but still, how much poison can he take? How much poison can he take? For real.
Okay, so you know how poison works. It circulates through your bloodstream and all that.
Yeah, I know.
We don't know if his spiky hair can even penetrate Oars' hide. And if it does penetrate, literally, you know how long it's going to take for that little minuscule amount of poison to circulate through Oars' body to the point where
I admit it's going to take a while, but at the same time, like, Gladius, he's so big, Gladius going to hit every single poison particle, bro. He's going to hit every single one. It's going to work faster.
Bro.
And he has range, too.
How strong is this
Does
poison?
he have unlimited hair?
It's not Caesar level. Don't say it. Don't even say that. It's not Magellan level. Don't even say that. That's like minuscule point. Like that's like alcohol
I
poisoning
don't know
at that
about
point.
that. I mean,
You
the
can just
only
get that
thing,
here with some water.
the only thing that could stop Gladius's explosions though were like the barrier fruit, which is a pretty like we haven't even seen Gladius really like his true destructive power because he got limited by the barrier fruit.
Bro, but it does not. You're not getting what I'm. The durability and the height that ancient giants have.
I understand that, but did he
cannonballs was getting flown toward him, and he was swatting them off? It does not matter.
I mean, but you're also
Oars,
you're definitely overrating
Oars.
his durability at this point as well, though. Like I know, 𝐷eFlamingo is 10 times stronger than Gladius, but still, one tap,
Change that to
one
like
tap,
50 or 100, and then
one
we cool.
tapped his leg with a string, bro. Like
That's
Gladius's
cool.
explosions can do something equivalent to that eventually.
Do you know how wires work? If a
I
wire
I
comes
do, but that just shows
fast,
how like he can be durable and he can have a lot of stamina and endurance, but like his skin isn't that tough, not necessarily.
okay, but
And you
answer
acting
this.
like and you
Answer,
acting like
answer
he
this.
was
Answer this. All the harm that he faced, it was against the high tier devil fruit, and it was against someone who was able to utilize that devil fruit at least to some high potential capability. Am I wrong?
That's just one thing. Like he was getting worked by vice admirals too.
Who?
I forgot his name.
He
Vice admiral.
took out the vice admiral. If you want to be honest,
Which vice admiral did he take?
I think it was giant. Was it Captain?
It was a giant one, right?
It was
it got folded because we don't even remember them names.
I mean, yeah, I don't remember that. I really don't remember that.
He beat Vice Admiral LaCroix or LaCroix.
Yeah, LaCroix.
LaCroix?
So that's some relevant. That's some relevant name, bro. Like
he's a giant.
He's a giant.
Yeah, okay, yeah, but listen, the thing is, giants versus giants, Oars takes it, but Gladius is way faster than that.
Giant, he's not your average giant. He's literally an ancient giant.
I know that, but
we only see
what
two
speed feats
ancient
does he
giants
have?
in the
What
scene.
speed feats does he have? Or did
Speed
he
feats
just
don't
walk
matter if
along?
your durability makes up for it. If your
But
size,
he can't just walk in a straight line. Like Oars got the job done at Marineford because he was a meat shield. He could tank damage, and then he fell down and destroyed like a bunch of stuff. That's all he did.
So what can Gladius do? Because we're saying like if this fight happened, they're not fighting, starting off touching each other. You have to get close and touch them, right? What would Gladius do if while Gladius is can he boost himself with his bombs? I don't know.
Yes, he can. He can, and he can fly. Like he can hop from bomb to bomb because he carries that gun that he can make the bullets into like his bombs as well.
Okay, what would Gladius do? He try to fly or boost himself down, or see that takes his hand, smack him, just smack him.
He's not fast enough for that. Gladius is too fast.
He's too fast.
Yeah.
Bro. He has some speed feats. He was able to keep track of Cavendish in Hakuba form.
Yeah,
he was able to grab them to the two the elves, dwarves, or whatever they're called. Yeah. He was able to grab them out the sky. They were hyped for their speed.
And let's not trip.
I mean,
let's not trip like he just lost to Bartolomeo. Like he was worried about Cavendish. He was worried about Robin escaping. He got jumped. He got the little people. Everything. But he got jumped.
Oars got jumped.
JT, you can't be like Gladius got jumped and then Oars got the
I know. Listen. I wouldn't say though. I never made the point that Oars lost to a vice admiral by himself. I'm just saying. Shin said that
he beat. What are you talking about?
What? No, I know. That's what I'm saying. But like, did vice admirals help take down Oars? Yes, they did. But did they take him down by himself?
No, they did not. No, they did not.
You want to say a vice admiral?
Literally, if the vice admirals could have teamed up and go against Oars, the warlords would have sat there. But literally, Oars wasn't stopping until the warlords came in.
But look at the type of dude that like the warlords are. Like they're just bored people that just want to bang out. Like, and he's an easy target. Like 𝐭𝐴 was chilling. 𝐭𝐴 sent one slow bubble-looking bomb that absolutely depleted Oars, bro.
Yeah. The biggest move we ever seen 𝐭𝐴 do in the whole series.
That's definitely not his strongest move.
Name a stronger move.
We haven't seen enough of him. We haven't seen him in the.
Oh,
in
now
the
we have.
actual
So that's
fight.
not his strongest move, then. Right? That's his strongest move, then, right?
Why would you think that small little bubble was his strongest attack?
It was
Honestly.
big, and he compressed it. I
understand that, but you think that's his strongest attack? Is that going to work on almost
I'm just
anybody?
saying that's the
but
strongest
Oars?
move we've seen so far. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, JT, it's probably the strongest move we've seen from Kuma.
Okay,
so
okay.
far.
Seen so far,
But
yeah.
guys,
You're
we
right,
got to
you're
move on to the next group. I appreciate all the takes, but this was fun.
The Gladius disrespect is wild. I can't believe this.
Ooh.
The Gladius disrespect. It's wild. It's ridiculous.
Bro, I'm gonna forget this man by the time I go to sleep tonight. Honestly.
But all right, y'all. Stick around. We're gonna definitely bring you guys in for one of the other matchups coming up. All right.
All right, gang.
Hey guys.
Got Shin heated already. JT as well. All right. I don't remember who was in next, but I think I saw Zaki in here pretty early. 𝐓𝐢𝐻𝐿. We could do Muppets, Party Pete, and let's go Mike Super. All right.
He was fish from Nolly.
Yeah. Oh, how's it going, y'all? We dragged y'all in. All right. How's it going, everybody? You know the vibes. So you got what diff and why. We're still debating Gladius versus Oars Jr. All right. We'll start with Zaki. What up, man?
One thing I want to say about Gladius real quick before we get into this is a lot of people don't realize in the fight against Cavendish and 𝐷𝐼, the reason he was such a hard matchup for those two is because of the prep time. And there's no stipulation of prep time in this fight, right? So with his power, if he touches something, he can choose when it ruptures. And because in a matchup like this, it's not like he's been going around the island touching things, waiting for Oars to show up on the island. This is just a fight. Two people on an island going straight up, right? So yeah. I think that heavily nerfs Gladius because everything he has to do now, he has to touch and set up before Oars gets there, and you don't have that kind of time against somebody like Oars Jr. Another thing I want to say is that explosions don't really do damage to Oars Jr. Like, he was taking, before fighting even the Vice Admirals and in the Giant Squad, he was taking warships, picking them up, and all of the cannons on the ship were firing at him at the same time, not doing any damage. So this is from warships that take out islands in Buster Calls, right? Like, and he was just like brushing that off. Even in the end, after everything he took from Moria, Doflamingo, and Kuma, right? When he was bleeding out, the cannons that hit him in the face at the end, they didn't do any more damage. They kind of just put him out for the count. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you look at his face when he gets hit by those cannons at the end there, it doesn't do any damage. He just kind of passes out from the blood loss. So this is like Gladius' worst matchup, is a giant that's in his face that doesn't take damage from explosions. And for Oars, just in terms of feats, right? He did take out a Vice Admiral. That was a Vice Admiral. His name's 𝐿𝐴, right? And this is the same Vice Admiral that we see sitting with Hina and Garp and the other two Vice Admirals, like at the table that joined during the time skip, right? So he's a respected Vice Admiral, like even among the Giant Squad, because portrayal-wise, we just see him as the leader, and he's the only other person in the Giant Squad that's a Vice Admiral, besides the guy that Whitebeard also one-shot with the helmet on, right? And not only was he fighting a Vice Admiral, he was fighting the Vice Admiral and his entire Giant Squad all at the same time, while being targeted by multiple warships. So dealing with one man whose only ability is explosions, I think is pretty easy for Oars Jr. And people want to bring up things like poison. Using poison against the biggest character in the series, it just won't work. You know how much poison you'd have to output to damage or to cause any lasting damage to the biggest character in the story, right? It's nonsense. And one last thing I want to say is that even someone like Bartolomeo, while in a contained bubble with Gladius, pretty much tanked a full-blown explosion, his strongest explosion that we've seen, where he ruptures himself, like pretty much straight up, like point blank, and he took that god up and knocked him out. So yeah, so I think Oars Jr. takes this at the highest mid-diff, because I think tagging him will be hard because of the speed. But yeah, that's all I want to say.
Zaki, that was so eloquently put. Honestly, a lot of similar takes that I had. I personally think that Gladius might be able to get some off with the poison and just being specifically accurate with his shots. You know, pick and choose your shots. This match reminds me of just Shadow of Colossus, the video game, as far as what Gladius would have to do. But I do think Oars should probably be favored for all the reasons that you laid out. His Ďurănēģ to basically almost all of Gladius's capabilities or his arsenal, but very well put. Yeah. Or
wait, one last thing.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
The 𝐴𝐻𝑖's shock, because I heard someone bring this up, like why didn't he dodge the 𝐴𝐻𝑖's shock? It's coming at him so slowly. Well, that's an anime difference to the manga, because in the manga, Kuma kind of throws out the 𝐴𝐻𝑖's shock kind of stealthily while he's fighting everybody else. Like there's no time difference. You don't see it even like travel towards him. It's like Kuma puts it out and it immediately hits him. So it's that's like saying like Luffy struggled against Caesar in a clash. You know, it's like you have to decide what you want to take, the anime or the manga. And me, I'm going with the manga.
Always go with the manga. Always. All right. Appreciate the take, Zaki. We'll go to Ryunosuke.
Yo, what's up, guys?
How's it going, man? And thank you for the $2 earlier, man. Seriously, appreciate it.
Thank you. No problem. I got Gladius high to extreme diff. I think he can take this, but I think it's gonna be a really hard fight. The first reason is he can use massive area of effect landmines to take out Oars' legs, just like how he lost in Marineford. And then once he's down, he just ruptures the stuff around him and just beats him down with AoE. We've seen his rupture balls become long range when he was going against Robin. When Robin was running away trying to get to the flower field, and he did those massive rupture balls on the mountain, so he can do them from long range. And those things are massive. And people are saying Oars can just jump over the rupture balls. The rupture ball on that mountain was long range, and it was also bigger than Hyrudean, because they were fighting around the same place, and he was not near as big as that mountain. So he can make rupture balls bigger than what we've seen giants, take. And also he can make multiple at once. Yes, Oars took like the 𝐴𝐻𝑖's shock and then he dropped, but not only is it slow to like get that ready, he can only throw one at a time. Gladius can do something probably not as strong as it, but he can make multiple at once. So like we've seen him do 4 or 6, and it almost killed Cavendish if the barrier fruit didn't save him. And Oars is durable. Oh, sorry, what were you saying?
Real quick. I don't know if he can replicate the 𝐴𝐻𝑖's shock in the same way.
No.
That kind of blew up Oars from the inside. Like it went inside and then exploded out. I don't know that Gladius can replicate that kind of damage, because I think that was why it was so effective on Oars. But I mean, continue your point.
That might be true. I mean, Oars is durable, but we've seen, I was going to say explosions hurt him, but you kind of shut that down with the 𝐴𝐻𝑖's shock. But since Gladius is most likely fighting from range, he can do massive amount of damage without getting hurt by him. Plus, we've seen multiple people who are smaller than giants beat him. Beat giants, so that's all I got. Also, when he blew himself up, that wasn't his strongest attack. He did multiple stronger attacks than that before.
All right. Appreciate the take, Ryu. We'll move on to Party Pete.
All right. I'm gonna go with what Zaki said, but I think I'd say low diff instead of mid diff. Oars wins, because kind of like Zaki pointed out, there's nothing that really shows that the type of damage that Gladius puts out would have any sort of real effect on Oars. Like anything that we saw that was that type of attack was like no damage. They didn't really stop him in his tracks or anything like that. Even to the point you mentioned earlier, Kuma had to do internal damage. Like when Dofi attacked him, he like cut off one of his limbs. That's a sharp attack, meant to slice versus explosions, which is completely different. So and that's Gladius's boss, by the way. Like it had to have the slicing power of a dude that's like multiple times stronger than Gladius, plus the attack of someone else who's also multiple times stronger than Gladius, even if you're looking at the amount of output and power that you would need. So I don't really think there's any evidence that shows like Gladius can make explosions that, like, to be honest, if Barto can take your explosions without his barrier, it's unlikely that you'll leave more than like some scratches on Oars. So I don't really see how any of that damage penetrates. And even in regards to the poison, like Zachy said, the sheer amount of poison that you would have to use to have any sort of effect on something that size is just not something he's shown that he's able to produce at all. So I don't really think he has very much chance against Oars, because as fast as he may be, Oars is absolutely massive. So what he may lack in speed, he can affect a large enough area to where I think Gladius would always kind of be a disadvantage. In the moment, like an attack lands on him, he's done. Like he hasn't shown any, like Bardo kind of put him out with one punch. I get he had like his barrier, like, on his fist and everything, but if that's knocking you out, any sort of attack from Oars that makes contact with his body, that's it. And so I don't think his explosions are anywhere near strong enough to break through what Oars has shown in terms of durability to explosions, and he can't make enough poison. So like, low diff.
All right, appreciate the take, party. A lot of well said stuff too, man. A lot of good takes on this one. We'll go to Mike Super.
Man, on my first appearance, I just want to say, anybody that was talking all that smack about Cavendish and all that, they better not pick Gladius, man. I'm taking Oars Jr. no diff, man. Like Gladius can't do nothing. The most he could do is explode. After that, he's done. And Oars is gonna eat that. He don't got enough poison to do anything with it. So like, it's no diff. It's no diff, bro.
All right. I mean, short, sweet, to the point. I think he could do something. Like Rinosuke and JT were pointing out, he has something in his bag that will be at least tricky.
Even if you take it to bounties, if you take it to bounties, bro. Like Bartolomeo was what, like 230, 250 at the time? Where was Gladius at? And look where Oars was at. You see
It's
what
not
I'm saying?
even about bounties. Because like said, when you say like do something, like do what?
All right, so I have a game plan for what Gladius can do. I just don't want to reveal it yet because it's not my turn to give my take.
Because okay, I'll ask this: Do you believe that Gladius can do any sort of internal damage without affecting the external?
Maybe not internal, exactly, but he can affect.
Right, but have any of his explosions been shown to be strong enough to break through something like the durability of Oars? Like, have we seen? Okay, so if he can't do internal damage and he can't break through the exterior, what is he? What is what options does he have?
Let's see what Muppets cooks up.
Yeah, man.
Oh, my bad, Muppets.
Well, I appreciate the take, Mike. Muppets, what's up, man? Who you got? What diff and why? Muppets, you there? I saw him go off mute. Muppets, if you're talking, we can't hear you. I see you getting off mute and stuff, but we don't like hear you talking.
Try
Yeah, we might have to skip Muppets or drop them and bring them back, Larry, maybe? Yo. I heard something for a second there. Talk again?
Hello?
All right, we can hear you now. Awesome.
Okay, cool. Fix it. Awesome. Alright, so I think it's going to be Oars Jr. It's just that if you look at the opponents that Oars fought versus Gladius, Oars fought more better opponents than Gladius did. Like, he took strings from 𝗵𝗲𝗪𝗪𝗪. He got hit with Moria. He got hit with a bunch of other giants. He got hit with Kuma. Like, it's a lot, and then he still didn't get taken down. He still got back up, and he still fought people. So Gladius can do stuff. I'm not saying Gladius is weak or nothing. He can probably target his legs and take him down that way, and then put a bomb in his mouth or something. I don't know, but you can take him down. But it's not going to be that easy.
All right, so what's the diff?
Oh, it's going to be extreme diff, but Oars is still going to take it because it's going to take a long time just to get to that point, and Oars ain't going to let him happen that way.
All right, I appreciate the take, Muppets. All right, so does anybody want to rebut anything they've heard from this group before we go to another group?
Yeah, one thing I want to say, because 𝐸𝐸 said that he has long range attacks. Those aren't really long range attacks. That's because if you look at the chapter where Gladius is fighting Cavendish, he can only make those attacks on the mountain blow up from that distance because he touched those mountains beforehand. It's all prep. So whatever he touches can explode, but if he sets it up beforehand, they can explode from long range. But he would have to set it up beforehand. He doesn't actually have long range attacks.
You can combat that if you want, but I'm pretty sure I saw him shoot a bunch of projectiles from a distance.
No, I meant from the implosions that we're talking about on the mountain where Robin was trying to dodge.
Okay.
Did he set that up? I don't know if I saw there or not. But if he did, then
no, because Cavendish says you set that up, and then Gladius said that something like along the lines of he always plans, because that's his whole character trope, is that he's a planner.
I see. Okay, well then, there's no way he can win if he like has to be close range. There's no way he wins that. So I think Oars takes that then.
The only thing I can see is his hair and his gun. Those are his long range attacks.
His hair not gonna do anything. It's not gonna penetrate that skin. The only way he would win is if he fought from long range and just beat him down with AoE attacks. But since he can't do that, then there's no way he wins.
Well, the only way he would be able to do that, like let's say he runs away and then starts touching the ground in a bunch of places and then leads him there. That would be the only way he could like recreate that. I think it's called like concert or whatever. That concert attack that he does.
Yeah. I saw that.
But even then, Bartolomeo on that staircase tanked the attack for Robin and kind of shook it off.
All right, I think Oars takes that then if he can't do long range.
All right, Larry, you're gonna have to switch 𝐸𝐸's vote. He was one of the two for Gladius.
It's tough out here for Gladius, bro. It's a bad matchup.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way the cookie crumbles, man. I was hoping I could get Gladius a little further into this tournament. That's my boy. I actually like Gladius a lot. He was one of my favorite. He was one of my favorite Don Quixote family members.
Well, the problem is like Oars is almost effectively immune to his attacks, so it's like
we'll see what the next group got to say. But I appreciate y'all takes. Stick around.
Seb definitely got something up his sleeve. I want to see this, so
Listen,
I'm be listening.
If y'all have ever played any Big Boss video games, okay,
Shadow of the Colossus,
y'all know Gladius has a chance here. Okay, he do.
We'll let you cook on that. Sam.
Hit that save button every now and then.
Batman,
All right, let's get another group in here. But yeah, guys, stick around. We'll get you all in for the next matchup.
All right. I guess just I don't remember who else was here, but there's probably everybody else who hasn't gotten in yet.
Yo, let me cook, yo. Let me cook. Hold on.
Toby, I don't know if you were talking to us, but we dragged you up in here, bro.
I think that's the last of it. So it's the biggest group. The last of it. Everybody else went.
Larry, is that everybody?
I think 𝐓𝐿𝐴. My bad.
You're muted.
Oh, my bad. I think 𝐓𝐿𝐴 was the last person, but everybody else hasn't gone. I think everybody else here is the last people.
All right, cool. Awesome. I mean, Toby, I was gonna let you rock first because you seemed like you was ready to go in the den because I don't know what y'all be doing in there.
Damn.
All right, but go ahead, man. Who you got? What diff and why? Oars Jr. versus Gladius still.
All right, y'all. Let me cook, yo. One, Oars. Y'all looking at the name Oars way too much. All right. Look at Oars Jr. himself. Because when people think Oars, they're like, oh, that crazy, the legendary Oars. If this man's name was Ricky, half y'all wouldn't have voted for Oars Jr., bro. So it's just a mindset thing with y'all. It's a mindset thing with half these people, yo.
How Ricky though? Just be from people named Ricky, bro.
Yo, I ain't got nothing against Ricky. It was just, it just came out, bro. But Gladius finna take his time with this dude, bro. He finna take his time with this dude. And that's because Oars is like super durable. But Gladius is way, way faster. Oars has to get close to him. Well, not, he's huge. So I wouldn't say like close. But he has to be in range, alright? And that's the problem. Because I wasn't listening the entire time, but I wasn't hearing people bring up the fact that Gladius could just, blow up the ground. Like he could literally set off the ground. And Oars has to be in range to hit him. So it's not as easy as y'all think it's gonna be for Oars to just smack Gladius or whatever y'all was saying. Especially as Gladius is way faster. We seen him. Wasn't he keeping up with Cavendish?
He was able to keep pace and track where he was going and stuff, and tell Dellinger like, "Hey, you got to get out of here because this guy is here specifically." Highlighting that like he had the ability to see him, but I mean he's got some other speed feats too. But yeah, he's definitely faster than Oars. I'll say that much.
Yeah, definitely faster. Oars is just a walking shield, bro. And then people are like, oh, he survived this, he survived that. He survived a lot, but we not gonna act like he just survived, bro. Like they thought he was dead for like, and I was watching the anime, so they thought he was dead for like 20 episodes, yo. It was like 10 chapters, I guess. But bro, they thought he was gone. And then when he got back up, he was just super vulnerable. Like he was barely able to speak. Like, you know what I'm saying? Oars is super double, but something I keep seeing people bring up is just, oh, he survived this and survived that. No, but he was super vulnerable. As soon as they jumped on him, if you think cannons are stronger than Gladius's bombs, I don't know what to tell you. Any move is stronger than. I'm not saying cannons are weak, but come on, bro. Come on, let's be honest, bro. It takes about 10 cannons to do some real damage to people out here. So I got Gladius mid there. I think Oars having to be in range is a problem that people are not acknowledging. If you think Oars is just like jumping across the map, he would just jump across Marine Forest. So no, it's not that easy for the Oars to just be jumping everywhere and all this other stuff. It's only mid div because Oars is super durable. So that's why I say Gladius finna take his time with this dude. And that's it. Alright. Focus on Oars Jr. himself, bro. Oars Jr. Don't think all Oars. Like, no, bro. Focus on Oars Jr. himself. And then people like, oh, Giants are supposed to be something crazy. Everybody knows that Giants are they haven't. Come on, bro. Giants have not lived up to what they were supposed to be. So when people are like, yo, they say Giants is this and they say Giants is that. So no, bro. Giants have never lived up to the hype. That's why people are wondering what 𝐓𝐿 is gonna be like. because they haven't lived up to the hype. Oars Jr. I respect him, bro. I even said in the chat, said in the den, he's one of the MVPs for Whitebeard's crew. But he's not him. At the end of the day, he's not him. He's not who y'all think he is. So, yeah, that's all for me, bro. All for me, bro.
All right. Appreciate the take, Toby. A lot of similar sentiments that I feel, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna cave for my boy Gladius at some point. But we'll go to Ragnar.
Is it did you vote for Gladius, Toby?
Yeah, he said mid-diff Gladius.
Okay.
All right. Yo, what's good, Sam? What's good, Larry?
Hey, what's up?
Hello, Ragnar.
All right. Let me pause this. Just to be clear, the idea that Giants have shown nothing in the series just shows that you're just blaspheming. Shout out to the mama, man. Anyway, everybody forgets Dory and Bragi one-shot a Sea King when Shanks lost his arm to a sea snake. I'm just saying. Moving on. So Oars, right? This whole idea about Gladius blowing up the ground. Oh my god, he can make explosions. So could the booger do, bro. That's not big. That's not a big deal. Explosions are so like low class ability. They don't even use them in anime anymore. Moving on. If the ground is exploded, there's gonna be rubble everywhere, right? Rubble everywhere. He just literally sweeps his hand in the ground, picks up a stack, and throws it in whatever direction he wants. Tell me he can't. Even if he doesn't blow up the ground, he can still pick up the ground and just throw it in whatever direction he wants. Now tell me he doesn't have long-range attack. And you're like, well, he'll get tired eventually. That's the dumbest thing I ever heard in my life. How? Oars being hurt by an explosion is no different from saying a firebender gets burnt. Oh, Zuko. That doesn't work. It doesn't work. Just because you can say he gets damaged by a certain tier of power doesn't mean that a dude that he was surrounded by Marines that were using hockey, even if they didn't show it in the anime. They were using hockey. They were constantly bombarding him with explosions. Keep in mind, Whitebeard was said to be like the part of the thing that made Whitebeard epic was the fact that he was tanking these quote unquote cannons that aren't as impressive as the explosions you're talking about. You're telling me the Marines chose to bring subpar weaponry against our 𝐓𝐽𝐭? Yeah, because that makes sense. Anyway, I'm taking Oars. This is not even a neg diff. This is a WTF diff. What is this? Anyway, that's it.
All right, appreciate the take, Ragnar. I love when y'all come up with new diffs, yo. WTF? What is that? But all right, appreciate the take, man. We'll go to red-haired Gator, and I'm not sure, Larry. You correct me if I'm wrong. Is this Red Hair's first time on DDT?
I think so.
It is. It's my first time.
All right. What's up, man? How's it going?
Hey, man.
What's up? I've watched y'all for like ever, so like it's cool.
Thank you. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, no problem.
What diff and why?
Honestly, I've been going back and forth this whole time. Like Gladius, I keep hearing this like neg diff and everything like on him, and I just don't see it happening neg diff. But like, I really think Oars got it, maybe mid diff, honestly, because Oars is he's got that tank to him, man. Like, I just don't see Gladius being able to put up anything strong enough to put him down. I don't care with poison or whatever. It doesn't look good for him, man. It's just so close. I can't see him being able to do anything that actually hurt him at the end of the day, and that's just how I feel on it. Like, or just he just got that tank to him, man. I just can't see it. So I'm gonna go Oars all the way.
All right. What diff? You said mid diff earlier?
Mid.
All right. Mid diff. All right. Appreciate the take, Red Hair.
Of course.
We'll go to Cube.
What's up, guys?
Hey, what's up?
You guys have a great day.
You too,
all
man.
Good, all good. Finally, I can make it. So, between Oars and Gladius, I've been going back and forth because in actual feat with hockey stuff, we see more Gladius, but because Marineford is pre-time sweep, so no hockey. But I will still go with Oars, just for the fact is the speed that his opponent and the quality of opponent he faced compared to Gladius. That's just the main reason. It does bother me a bit because he didn't show a lot of. He survived, that's for sure. Like Kuma's attack, Kizaru, Doflamingo. But I'm also thinking there's a reason why they took him out. They went fast to take out Oars. So, but it's a hard decision because so part of me is saying Gladius could take it, but in terms of who he faced, I think that Gladius would have a really, really hard time, and I just don't see it. Poor guy, and Oars was taken down by the boss of Gladius, so that's also like puts on his side. So I would say Oars. I would say mid diff, or yeah.
Okay. Appreciate the take, Q. We'll go
No worries.
to
Thanks, guys.
yeah, man. We'll go to Dom Too Baked.
Was good.
What's up, man? I think is this your first DDT as well, Dom? I don't remember.
Yeah, this is.
Hey, thank you for joining, bro.
Yeah, man. Welcome.
Yeah, I finally had time to come off work. I've been a fan for a while, so. But for this matchup, I've also got Oars Jr. in this one. I think the diff is definitely going to be high, but I think what limits Gladius in this matchup is the fact that his Devil Fruit doesn't work on things that are organic. Like, it's only effective on inorganic objects. So I don't think he can be as ineffective as I want him to be on Oars Jr. Like, at first I was thinking he could just like blow up his ankles and then just start doing damage once he takes him down. But if you can't really do any damage to his body, I don't think blowing up the ground below his feet to Oars is going to do much damage. So I think he's just limited too much with his Devil Fruit, and I think Oars with his giant sword is going to be able to do a lot of damage to him. So yeah, short and sweet take, Oars Jr., high diff.
All right. Appreciate the take, Dom. Glad to have you here. You to articulate well what you want to say. So thanks for being here, man. Yeah, it looks like Oars is running away with it, Larry. But it is what it is. We'll move on to 𝐓𝐿.
What's good, everybody?
Hey, what's up, man?
How's it going?
Yo, chump. Yeah, this is a wash. I'm giving this to Oars Jr. Like, really, I want to talk about like him tanking, not really tanking, but surviving the 𝐸℔ shock from Kuma. Like, that is a powerful explosion. Like, for an ancient giant, it was like, I was watching clips, I was looking at panels, like it was massive. Like, comparing that to like anything Gladius could do, like it's just nothing. Like Gladius ain't nothing. Like, so yeah, I'm also be short sweet. Oars low diff.
All right. Appreciate the take, 𝐓𝐿. Oars definitely running away with it, man. But I just feel like it's closer than y'all think right now. We'll go to Strahd, and I think Strahd's the last one for this matchup. So Strahd, take it away.
Hey, yo.
Strahd.
Yeah, I'll keep it short. What's going on, everybody? Yeah, it's Oars, man. I understand everyone wants to kind of fight for Gladius, and I'll give him a little bit of ammo before I give all the reasons he's not gonna win. The big thing is like his arms are equipped with a firing mechanism. This is per like his little page or whatever, that can actually be used in conjunction with his Devil Fruit ability to shoot rupturing bullets. So he does have long range capabilities as far as using a material in bullet form and being able to rupture said bullet. His goggles also kind of give him vision, or like telescopic like abilities, kind of like Usopp's goggles, so that helps with accuracy and long range. But past that, like Oars was critically injured from an 𝐸℔ shock from Kuma. I don't see Gladius surviving that. In fact, I see him taking more damage and then not surviving. Oars was able to sustain damage from 3 separate warlords. Gladius ain't doing that either. Oars was able to beat different giant marines effortlessly. I don't think Gladius is doing that. So it's Oars, and I would say mid diff. That's it.
All right. Appreciate the take, Strahd. Larry, you want to give your take before I
Yeah.
from my hands here?
Yeah.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. One more thing. Sorry, hang on, Larry. One more thing.
Go ahead.
For durability, when Bartholomew knocked out Gladius, he even stated that he knew he would be unconscious for a few days. I don't think Oars is going to be unconscious from a barrier punch from Bartholomew for a few days, considering he's like 2 giants to 1, and that's in his lineage factor as well. Okay, now I'm done. Bye bye.
Thank you, Strahd.
Can I say something else?
Yeah.
Good, no?
Have y'all watched Dragon Ball Z?
Yeah.
If you haven't
remember
seen
that-
Dragon Ball Z and you ain't here, what's good with you?
You remember the part whenever Chaozu went on Nappa's back?
Yo, I love you, dog.
Yo.
So, is it possible? Is it possible?
Yes, yes. Listen, the strategy is
Jesus.
coming. I'm
what I'm saying, I was
painting the
like-
picture.
I was thinking about it in the den. I was like, what if he just attaches on his back and starts blowing all his limbs up?
Yo, like, y'all doubting a super giant's durability right now. It's disrespectful.
Bro,
Hey, I
bro.
voted Oars, so I
Hey,
agree.
yo, you goaded for that. You goaded for that, bro.
Listen, man. Chaozu!
I mean, it's great. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, man.
It was amazing. I'm keeping that example. I loved it. Thank you.
I'm like picturing it. Yo, it's so funny. Larry, go ahead.
All right, so a lot of mid tiers, right, are always going to be a bit speculative. So I'm going to speculate. I'm going to go with Gladius Extreme Diff. And the reason I say this, I agree with a lot of the points that everybody has made about Oars Jr. for sure. I thought Zachy was very, very convincing and came with a lot of facts. And I think everybody else just like reiterated it in different ways. But I will say this. I'm going to speculate with Gladius a bit just to give him the upper hand because it's so lopsided. So I have a pretty good argument, I think. So one, Gladius does indeed have to touch anything that's not organic in order to make it explode, right? Also, he can turn himself into an explosion, and it's not his strongest attack, right? So he uses the poisonous needles inside of his suit and his hair. So when he did explode and Barto put the barrier around him, he didn't necessarily get affected from the explosion, but he got affected from the needles. So what I will say is this. When Cavendish was about to turn into Hakuba, and then he turned into Hakuba and went and flew and attacked Dillinger, you know, my guy Gladius did tell Dillinger not to come over here, because I feel like he might have had either an instinct or he felt it through some type of observation during that fight that was going to happen, and Hakuba didn't hit him. He actually went right past Gladius and he ended up hitting Dillinger and basically one-shotting Dillinger. So I think that there might be some type of speed feat that we don't know about that would be able to somehow dodge Oars because he is, you know, a super giant and he's slow. What I will say too is that Oars is wearing inorganic things. So if he happens to jump onto like Oars' hand, or for example, let's say Oars misses with his sword and he hits the ground, then that means that Gladius could just touch the sword, right? Now, I'm going to speculate a little bit more that Gladius's power doesn't necessarily mean there's a limit to the explosion. I think he chooses when the explosion explodes. And if that is true, then there could be an infinite amount of power behind an explosion, because whenever he decides to release it, that's when it will pop. And then we saw something like that with the more mass there is, the more it can pop as well, right? So we seen the mountain that he touched that Robin was on. He was at the bottom of the mountain. She was all the way kind of like in the middle / topish area. But since the mountain was so big, it was able to generate a bigger bubble or radius of explosion. And he chose to explode it at that certain point. So if he waits even further, he probably could have just exploded the whole mountain. Now, my fourth point, and I do have a fifth. My fourth point is Bartolomeo did say to Cavendish before he let Cavendish into the bubble that when the ground ruptured, if he didn't get away, it would have killed him. He said, yo, that would have been death for sure. And then my fifth thing is, if we go back to Thriller Bark and we looked at Oars and how dominant he was supposed to be, it took all 5 Straw Hats to take him down. But at that point, Gladius is stronger than a couple of those Straw Hats at that point, in my opinion. I'm not gonna say which ones, but I think when it comes to the Kuma bubble, I think it's very true. The Ursa's shock is super powerful. It's crazy insane. It's a mini atomic bomb. But if I am speculating and saying that Gladius can choose in a specific area or anything he chooses to touch and decides when it decides to pop, I think that's going to be the same as an Ursa's shock, but he has more control than an Ursa's shock, because the Ursa's shock literally has to take the air that's being compressed, right? Well, Gladius doesn't. He can just touch whatever and then wait until the bubble can explode at its height, and that could be anything. So I think that if, you know, even if like Oars is wearing like the skulls on his neck, if you don't know they're touched and he decides to explode all 3 of them at the same time, I think that would work like a slave necklace that, you know, John Bart was wearing during Sabaody Archipelago, where we saw that pirate die from one of those. And Yamato's incredibly strong, right? But we've seen her have explosive cuffs that probably would have killed her as well, or took her hands off. So there are things that I think Gladius can do, and that's why I'm saying in this extreme fight, but it's purely speculative on my part. And I will end it on that.
Larry, it warms my heart, bro, that you went to bat for my boy like that, man. It do. Because we both know he's not going to win. It's too large a gap in votes.
Yeah.
The fact that you spit it, bro.
Thanks, man.
I don't care. I don't care what you got to say, Ragnar. I don't care what y'all got to say out here. Larry was spitting. All right? And beyond that, I'm gonna touch on a bunch of points with my takes. If any of y'all have ever played a video game in y'all lives, you've been Gladius in this fight, where you got to take down some giant monstrous figure. And you have to, what do you do in those moments, in those video games? You attack their specific weak points. And those weak points are their vital organs, okay? Gladius is a thinker. The difference in battle IQ will give him the edge in this fight, regardless of how big Oars is, regardless of how much tank that he is, okay? He got the poison. He's going to have to load up a whole lot, okay? He's going to have to load up a whole lot of poison, but he's going to do what he got to do, okay? He got aim for the eyes. Larry said it. Dom said it. He gets on his back. What's Oars going to do? He can't reach the back. He can't reach his back. We saw that with Oars. Dad Oars, okay? Can't reach his back. Target specific areas to explode on him. Like Toby said, he gonna take his time. He gonna plant little bombs throughout the battlefield. Everywhere Oars gonna go, he gonna trip another mine, another explosion, another mine, another explosion, another mine, another explosion. He'll blow that sword up. He gonna blow them skulls up. He got skulls around his little groin area. You think, I don't care how durable y'all think he is. You blow up somebody nuts, they're gonna feel it, man. Okay? He could 𝐲 on the back, get in the eyes. Listen, whatever it takes, Gladius gonna make it happen because he's for the gang. He's for the Dolphy gang, okay? 𝐷𝐿𝐴 told him to take Oars out. He gonna do just that, okay? He not fighting Straw Hats. Oars is an idiot. Regardless of what y'all want to say, he's strong as hell, boy dumb. And battle IQ and the advantage in capability will get him the dub. I will acknowledge, though. I will acknowledge.
I mean, not in this tournament. He ain't getting no dub.
If Oars lands flush, it's probably over.
Yeah, it's over.
Okay,
Kelly
so
flop, no dub.
I'm gonna be real. It's probably over. He might be able to take one shot, maybe. I'll give him one, maybe, just because of One Piece tanking ability, right? Because like he took a shot from Luffy. I think Luffy jet stamped him or something.
Yeah.
He didn't show any visible damage from that. He was good.
He got back up.
And like Larry said, he took damage from himself because of the barrier situation when he got stabbed by Barto. So it was a little bit more. But in general, I'll give it the Gladius extreme diff. I know it doesn't make a difference
It doesn't.
in the outcome, but I need y'all to know. All right, I don't care. Giants have been trashed from day one. I don't care what Strahd had to say about Dory and Bragi taking out a fish. I don't care what Oars did to another weak giant in LaCroix. Okay, I don't. Giants been trash. The only giant that got my respect is Oars, the original Oars. Okay, that's it. All right. Gladius.
You sound like you allergic to
every day.
facts,
I had
man.
more stuff, but like, it is what it is, bro. It's not too. I'm not about to stick in this when he down 10 votes, bro. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Nah, you spit.
Did I change anyone's vote? Is the question.
Yeah. Did we change anybody's vote?
Nah.
Nah.
It's a hard pass. Nah.
Right, no, Gladius looking like a cockroach. I'm not gonna lie.
Nah.
They think he beating Luffy or
Man,
something.
you act like Oars can't just lay down and squash him. What's he gonna
Yo,
do? Stand
man,
there
I
while
only
somebody's
got
on his
one
back?
belly
Like, come on.
Sim just made the argument that Gladius is a main character.
If y'all didn't beat Shadow Colossus, just say that. That's all I'm saying. If y'all ain't beat the game, just say it. Y'all quit because the giant was too big. It's cool. It's all right.
Look, I agree with you. Look, I've beat El Ring and all that stuff too, but some people got to farm a lot of souls in order to get to that point. Not everyone out there rolling at level 1. All right, you betting a lot on Gladius is all I'm saying.
Beating Fire Giant was hard.
Look, and I'm with it. I'm all for like a Pyromancer soul level 1 run, but this ain't Gladius we talking about right now.
This is a Dofi shooter, man.
Yo, hey, just because he's on Dofi's crew don't mean he's him. Dofi's him, and I'm with you there.
Just because he Oars son don't mean he him.
Yeah.
What I'll say is that
just because Dofi signed off don't mean he's gonna show up to cash out.
I love the take. I love the take, but it didn't convince me.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. I tried, bro. Like I would even give it like, yo, if he's wearing his hat.
Yo, blow
You know
the
what
hat
I'm
up,
saying, bro? Like,
whatever it takes.
Yeah, but if he's wearing the hat, the sun's not in his eyes.
horns
He's more
organic?
accurate. Like
The horns are organic. I'm gonna
yeah,
give
the horns are organic. His hair and stuff too. Yeah. Yeah. All right, stay here though, because we're gonna go into the next round.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll just go with this group to start, Larry, for the next round.
Yeah, that seems fair.
Let me-
We got Ragnar with the Nakama membership on YouTube. Thank you, Ragnar. And then he sends $2. Says Oars is gonna sun Gladius, no doubt. # Larry ooh. And then another $2 that says Larry makes bad takes. # Seb is the third imposter. And then Ryunosuke with the 5. He says, ooh, but when I bring a big BIQ with Big Mom and Kaido versus Aokiji and Akainu, it doesn't matter because of strength. Okay, I see y'all. And then he put the Zoro sleep emoji.
Hey man, I pick and choose my arguments. Always.
All right.
Always. Well, appreciate you, Ryunosuke. And
Yes,
you too,
thank
Ragnar.
you.
Even though you be capping.
Yeah.
All right, the next matchup is gonna be Brook, the Straw Hats musician, versus Brûlée, Big Mom's. I don't remember which daughter it was.
She's the first daughter.
Is she?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought Amande was the first daughter.
No, I think she's the oldest daughter.
Or Compote. I think it's Compote.
She's
dog.
the 8th daughter, 19th.
Yeah,
child.
bro.
Oh, is she? I thought she was the oldest.
Yeah, she's 8th.
Oh, my bad.
She's the older twin sister of Brûlée, but she's the 8th.
She has a twin? I did not do enough research on this one. She got a twin. She ugly too.
Jesus. Seb.
We'll start with who, man? What's going on, man? Who you got? What diff and why? Brook versus Brûlée.
Yo, man, I might need take a little time to research from Brûlée.
Alright, that's fine. That's
Yeah,
fine.
just take a little time.
We'll go to Strahd.
All right, there's gonna be a lot of. I hope people did the research because this should really be a one-sided fight. And I'm sorry to say it ain't Brook, but it depends on a couple things. Like I think it comes down to who has more hockey and how that's gonna affect said Devil Fruit. Because if you actually read up on Brûlée, she kind of has an ultimate defense with her Devil Fruit because she can create mirror shields and literally anything that touches it kind of instantly reflects to whoever threw it, and they get hit with that exact attack. So it kind of comes down to who you believe has more hockey, and I really don't know who I would have having more hockey. So I'm gonna hear the arguments, and I might sway, but for now I've got Brûlée. I'm gonna say extreme diff because I don't want to disrespect the Soul King himself. So Brûlée, extreme diff for now, but I might sway. But right now she's got an ultimate defense. Keep that in mind.
All right. Appreciate the take, Strahd. I appreciate you doing some research on this one, man. I know some people might have to because Brûlée's abilities are a little obscure. But thank you, Strap.
She out there.
We'll go to Dom. What's going on, Dom?
I'm gonna go opposite of Strahd. I'm gonna do Brook Extreme because I was looking up stuff on Brûlée earlier, and I just don't think she has too many strengths in a 1v1. Like, she was pretty good on 𝐴𝐻𝐿𝐾𝐸, because she was able to just displace people, and she was really a nuisance. But in a 1v1 fight against Brook, I really don't think her mirror shields are gonna be too effective. I forget what his like iconic move is when he just walks past someone and then slices his sword. But I think if he just does that to Brûlée, it's over. So, but she's gonna cause him a lot of problems with her mirrors and stuff. So it's not gonna be an easy fight for Brook at any rate. So I'm gonna go Brook Extreme Diff.
All right, appreciate the take, Dom. Cube.
So I thought hard about this, and even though I do think Brûlée has a OP Devil Fruit in terms of what Brook can do and what we've seen with his speed, with his music and his ice, I do feel like he moves fast and on his legs. Like if you remember what he did with Big Mom, Big Mom is a Yonko, so he was able to comprehend the situation, and his soul type Devil Fruit is also an advantage. So I would give it to Brook, but because of Brûlée's Devil Fruit, and she's also very good in being sneaky in her attacks, I would say mid diff to Brook.
All right, appreciate the take, Q. We'll go with Red Hair Gator.
All right, man. I gotta go with Brook. His Devil Fruit's so versatile. Like, he can just do so much, and he's so fast, and he stood up to Big Mom like it was nothing, really. I mean, I know he lost, but like he wasn't even stressing about it, really. But he just got so much battle IQ. I think is just so much higher than Brûlée's. I mean, at the end of the day, it's almost like she's just used for transportation. Like, I know that she's got a lot of different abilities, but I gotta give it to Brook on this one. I'd say high diff.
Okay, appreciate the take, Gator. Ragnar.
All right. So, personally, I think you guys are. I don't think you guys are forgetting, but we need to put into perspective how fast Brook is. Like, Brook's speed feats are like off the charts. I'm not even just talking among the Straw Hats. I'm talking in the entire series. He's been shown to be so fast. In almost every fight, he's too fast for anybody to see him. Very few people actually keep up with Brook in the first place, and anybody we've ever actually seen Brook like clash with are all top tiers, and Brûlée is not one of them. Just saying that. So you could say Brûlée has the ultimate defense. How long does that last for? And I'm pretty sure, what was it? Does that block his soul from going through? Does that block his music from controlling her? Does that block his ice that can just basically teleport to where your spot is and freeze you? Does that block it? Because he doesn't have to move. He can stay right there, pull out a guitar, and she will come to him. So anyway, I think Brook takes this. No disrespect to Brûlée. I think she has impressive abilities, but it's a low diff.
All right, appreciate the take, Ragnar. Toby.
Alright, yo. I can't believe some of y'all, yo. This is how the fight is gonna go. You could put Brûlée right next to a mirror, bro. Put a hand on the mirror, matter of fact. Have her touch the mirror. On your mark, get set, go. As soon as you say go, Brook is already closing his cane. That's it right there. Brook, no div. No div. I can't believe this high div, extreme div. This is disrespectful, yo. Brûlée is a coward. Like, she's a coward. She's not really doing. She's either being a coward or she's being a pest. She ain't doing nothing to mess with Brook, so she's a coward automatically. The first thing she's gonna do is turn and look for a mirror. She's not even looking at Brook no more. The second she turned her head, Brook is closing his cane, yo. He's closing his cane, and he's already past her. He's already behind him. She's dead right there, bro. Brook is way faster, way smarter. Brûlée don't even attack, so I don't even gotta go there. Our Brûlée, she's a getaway artist. But you can't get away if you're too slow, yo. You got no chance. So I got Brook. Negative diff. Not even no diff. Negative. She got no chance.
All right. I appreciate the take, Toby. I probably should have said this earlier. In these mid-tier matchups, if they've done it on panel, they can do it in these matchups. So with Brûlée, you can't argue her using like the duplicates, you know, the rat, like when she was doing with the animals and stuff. You can argue all that stuff for her,
bro.
Same with Brook. Anything that he's done on panel,
bro. Let them
That's
speculate.
literally her devil fruit. She can turn. Never mind.
If you're gonna go now.
No, you can go now if you want.
Like, you can't just be giving out info like that. You know what I'm saying? Just go if you're gonna go, bro.
I'm not going.
All right. I'll go since it looks like it's going to be a landslide. Is everybody done answering? No.
I was gonna add points if I could.
Yeah.
Original.
Do your thing.
Okay. Just for speed feats, Brûlée was actually able to defend against Carrot, who's an extremely fast. What do they call him? Mink? Yeah, those guys. Let's see what else. She can transform herself into partial reflections, such as people's reflection of a person's body, which will literally allow her to mimic that person's abilities and powers. So if we're saying Brook, she's gonna walk all over, she can literally pull out the same abilities right against him, and that's lore. That you can look that up if you haven't. Well, you clearly haven't. Also, she is really good at tactics like ambush, traps, trickery. Like when she separated Luffy from Sanji and the retrieval team. She's sneaked up on Nami herself, so she's not just a slack. All right, I'm done.
Yeah, I said she's a pest. Yeah, she's definitely a pest. I gave her that for sure. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely gave her that. She's a pest, but I just think Brook is just way faster than she is. Just way faster. That was my whole point, really.
I will say, to Strahd's point, that she can copy the powers, but she cannot copy their martial arts. And Brook's main fighting is him using his sword in the martial arts.
Yeah, that's true, but we're still in her speculation lane. If she can copy the abilities, she can use them against him, like to some degree. That could count as a counter or just enough to get him in a mirror world. And if he gets there, it's over. Like, she's not a pushover. I guess Brook should probably still win from popularity, but it's for me, it's a what-if fight. Like, Brûlée could easily no-diff this. Easily. It's all about the situation.
It's just Brook's speed that he has over her. He's just gonna end it before she can even realize it.
I don't know. Personally, I think it comes down to hockey.
Off topic, I just looked up Brûlée's twin sister, and that's grimy. That's hold on now.
Doing some research, eh?
Different kind of research, Strahd.
No, we on the same page. It's fine.
All right, Larry, if you still want to give your take.
Did everybody go?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Who man you went?
Oh no, Human passed. So yeah, we'll go back to Human.
Yeah, my bad. Yeah, I've been looking at the wiki. You know, I had to study up. Feel me? Well, yeah, I'm still gonna give it to Brook. There are good points like her, mirroring their abilities, her mirror shield. But yeah, like people were saying, like I think Brook is way too fast. Just like Toby was saying before she even noticed, like she gonna get blitzed. So yeah, I'll probably give it to Brook. Mid diff, maybe even low, honestly.
Dang, Carrot's not fast, huh? She's slow now.
Pale Spell was cooking her, yo. She's not fast enough.
Yeah, not in Sulong. When she's not in Sulong, she's not like a.
Oh yeah,
beat
especially
demon.
not in Sulong. She's cooked.
I mean, she thought Zoro that one time.
Yo, we not doing that. No.
She wasn't.
You know, I'm a Zoro guy, and that's facts.
She did that.
Yo, we're not doing that, yo. We're not talking about Zoro right now.
She
This
did
the last
that,
of
bro.
them.
What do you mean?
Bro,
Like, I'll fight for
we're
the
not
minority
doing
here. I still got Brûlée. I'll say extreme diff for respect for Brook, but it's still Brûlée.
Yo. Yo, y'all better not put Zoro in none of these tournaments. It's gonna last a long time. The way y'all be disrespecting me.
Zoro's been the last 3 tournaments, man, and he hasn't won a single one.
I mean, it wasn't just him.
It's
We was mainly focused
Kaido.
on, like, we was mainly focused on like Luffy and stuff. You know what I'm saying? If it's a one-on-one, yo, I'll put Zoro in these one-on-one tournaments, yo. I'm gonna be here for a while. A while.
All right, Larry.
All right. So I think when something starts pulling away, Seb, then we might want to make our cases in the first round. That's just, and then if it's close, then we'll make it at the closing round. So I had Brûlée, and I'm probably just gonna go with mid diff. The reason why I say that is because when she was first introduced, she wasn't even on panel yet, and she already created a copy of Luffy. And in order to do that, she has to have the mirror at least placed in front of him in order to make a mirror of him. And then when he tried to get past it, he really couldn't get past it. You know what I'm saying? So if Brook is copied the way Luffy was, then all that sword skill is just going to be him fighting himself. And we already seen who won on Thriller Bark, right? We seen Ryuma. So he got beat by himself at one point.
Facts.
So granted, it's using Ryuma's body and it's a different sword. He still couldn't beat his own shadow. So I feel like that's a huge L on Brook's part. Just being the only character in the series to actually come up to like an interesting fight like this, where like I can use that fact against him. You know, Brûlée, she did, you know, outspeed a speedster. And if Brook doesn't necessarily know that he can't touch the mirror, then he's just going to get sucked into the mirror. The same way Carrot got sucked into the mirror. So I can literally say like, yes, like Brook is a stronger fighter. But the way Brûlée's ability is set up, it's set up to where like she can gain the advantage over Brook very easily if Brook is not careful. Like Brook would have to have some type of observation to see, if I touch this mirror, I'm going to be sucked into the mirror world. Or overall, she can just do one of two things. She can suck you into the mirror, right? Or she can create a copy of you, or she can create copies of you, and we don't know if she could just do as many as she wants and have you fight yourself against like 50 other opponents that are just like you. I don't know. That's the speculation realm I'm going to go into, because why wouldn't she be able to, especially if she has multiple mirrors? We've never seen it, but I would suggest like if she had a mirror in her pocket and she created another clone and it went according to each mirror she's holding, why not? That would be very interesting. Can Brook's soul come out of the mirror world? Maybe, but has the spirit ever been able to do anything? No. So, I mean, that really just leaves it up to one other thing that he can combat her against, and that's music. Audio, she can't really do much against because it's not light, right? Like it's not going to be able to bounce off the mirror itself. But if she puts herself into mirror world while he's fighting himself and he exhausts himself from fighting himself because he can't beat that person, I mean, that looks like pretty much a dub to me. So if she didn't have the mirror, I think he no diffs her easy. With the mirror, mid diff, Brûlée.
All right, appreciate the take, Larry. Toby, you want to say something?
Yo, never use that Ryuma versus Brook point again, bro. I almost stopped listening as soon as you said that.
Oh yeah.
Ryuma made a big difference, bro. We don't act like it was just Brook versus. It wouldn't be the same fight if it was just Brook versus Brûlée's, reflection.
Mm-hmm.
It would be a lot closer than that Ryuma versus Brook fight was. It was Brook's shadow, but it was Ryuma's body, and
yeah,
it was pointed out multiple times that made a huge difference, bro. You can't use that point, bro. That wasn't no.
I mean, you know who else versed themselves and they won? Luffy versus Oars, and Oars has a better body than Luffy.
After he took, what did he do to get blue and stuff, and then he needed his whole crew to face Oars? Like, it's not the same thing.
I
Or was it
mean,
just a one-on-one?
still won that clash at the end. Did Brook win his clash?
When he hold on, when he was blue?
Yeah,
When he
it was
was
a
when he was
clash.
blue? He was blue.
At the
That
end,
wasn't just
when he did bazooka and he crushed Oars'
They
arm.
like tied Oars'
You mean-
arms
you mean
down.
when he was-
and the bazooka
you mean
down.
when he was-
Are you talking about Nightmare Luffy, where he was blue?
Yeah.
with
Oh
the
yeah,
Hulk?
yeah, he didn't clash. You're right. They did hold his arms out. I mean, regardless, he still lost to himself. Overcome that, bro.
Oh, Brook is him, bro. It
And
was just
even if I wanted to do this, she can probably also mirror your willpower. So he'd probably never be able to outwill himself because he's literally going to fight himself.
Yo, Larry, hold on. Toby, I gotta check you. I gotta check you real quick, yo.
Is that not
I
true?
just heard you say that Brook is him, but you've been on this stream telling me that Rayleigh isn't him in the past.
We're not gonna get into that, bro.
Oh no. I'm
That's a high
biased
tier
towards
question,
Brook.
Seb. Win the military right
He's
now.
like he's like one of the funniest characters in the series. I'm biased towards Brook.
But
Maybe
like,
it's still not him though.
But hold on. Before we even get into that Rayleigh, because we're not talking about the greats. I don't want to talk about them. But like, realistically speaking, if she can literally mirror yourself completely, and you try to overpower yourself, you wouldn't be able to because that other person would be trying to overpower you. So at the end of the day, you would just waste yourself away. Like you would never win.
Can I respond to this? From what we saw, the mirror images can't replicate the sound the way that other person do. Brook can just make himself fall asleep, and that person cannot play music the way Brook can. So that ends the Brook v Brook fight. And like Toby said earlier, the Ryuma and the Brook fight versus himself and his shadow is not the same as Brook fighting himself. It's actually very clear even in the fight that it's because he wasn't fighting directly himself, and it's because it's Ryuma that he lost.
Yeah, he had the skill. He just didn't have the skill to beat Ryuma's body, not Brook's ability. You know.
But the point is that even if he versed himself, he's not gonna beat himself. I just use that as an expression of him versing himself at one point. It's the grand fact that like he's versing his direct self. Even if Ryuma is league stronger than him, he's still not gonna be much stronger than himself, right? Because he's versing himself at where he's at this point. So if he versus himself, he's not gonna be able to overpower himself because that same mirror effect is gonna try to overpower him. That's what happened with Luffy. Luffy couldn't get past himself.
It's Larry. It's not the same. He can literally set himself to sleep, and that Brook cannot replicate that.
Why not?
He can literally do because they can't speak, and they show that they can't speak. Like even the way they talk, it sounds like it sounds like Oompa Loompas or something.
So he can't create music and put Brook to sleep him too? Like I don't get it.
Brooks, okay, if you look at Brooks' music ability, it is literally the combination of it's the combination of everything. If that thing is lacking one thing of Brooks' musical ability, it means that they can't replicate that ability.
And also, I can argue
That's speculation too. That's speculation.
No.
She can
I'm using
transform
speculation,
herself
which we're
into a
allowed to
partial
use.
reflection, such as reflecting a person's body, but with their own face. This gives her access to that person's abilities and powers, but does not link the two to mimic each other's actions. But it does give powers and abilities. So,
and what
they
I can
create
argue
music.
is that
Power
is that
is music is not a power. It's
That
something
is part.
he's
Don't.
learned over time.
Okay, are we really gonna get into semantics right now? Like
But
part
it
of his
is, that's-
ability
it's
is
just-
using that. Like she's mimicking
just-
him. They can play the guitar. It's mimicking Brook.
But
Brook is
it's
playing the
not
guitar.
just his guitar. He has to actually. Okay, if you go back to the scene where Brook is using the guitar or the violin, he has to actually sing with it. It's never just the guitar.
That's
so
cool.
You're telling me
Yeah,
he
he's
can't.
singing.
Damn. So
He's
you're telling me we're
singing.
going against the wiki, and it's not actually going to use her ability the way they describe it. That sounds like cherry picking.
No,
Well, it's
I
speculation that we're
I
using.
could say this then. Like, what's the difference between like Drake and Beethoven? Like both people make music that other people enjoy and like feel emotions from. Just because one is not singing, the other is, that doesn't necessarily mean that he has to sing. Like that Brook that's mirrored could just play the piano and put you to sleep as well if he so chose to. Like I could speculate that as well.
I mean, I could speculate that playing the piano and singing is better than just playing the piano. So
That's cool. That is also true. But the fact is, his point is that he needs to do both, and that's what he's saying.
But I can argue that mirrors don't necessarily make perfect reflections of what they're reflecting. So it probably won't be a like 1-to-1 replica of Brooks. So you could argue that it's definitely a high reflection of him, but it's not the exact level. So if Brook is 100% power, then the reflection is 90% or 95%, and that could give Brook the edge to take it out before he could use his speed move on Brûlée, and then fight's over.
Y'all are talking like her ability would have no effect. She even said it. Even
I'm not
says
saying it wouldn't have
partial
no effect, but
partial
Brook would be.
reflection.
But who knows Brook's ability better than Brook?
Exactly my point. He's versing that person that would know because it's him.
Right.
Real quick question. I'm trying to remember. Were the replicas that Brûlée created, were they able to she made a Luffy replica.
So
Could any of them stretch?
No, so she made multiple replicas, right? But then she inserted Luffy's image and Sanji's image and Nami's image onto animals that were in the forest. But when Luffy wanted to fight through, he fought a mirror image of himself that she produced through the mirror itself.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't an actual animal. It was just Luffy. That's what I'm saying. Like if Brook has to fight through that, he's fighting himself. And when he gets tired, the other person will get tired. When the other person tries harder, the other person's going to try harder. It's just according to whatever is in that mirror. And then she could just jump into the mirror world. Why not? If Brook is getting caught, like who's faster, Brook or like Luffy?
Luffy.
And you know what I'm saying? Like he was mirrored. And if we go by who's faster, Brook or Carrot? I mean, you can say either or, but at the end of the day, if he touches that mirror, it's over. Game's done.
Game's done as soon as it starts. Brook is speed blitzing. That's my take.
It's all about perspective at this point, but
Does anybody want to change their vote before we get another group in here?
No.
Brook slaps. My last word is Brook slaps. Love y'all.
All right.
Good arguments though.
Appreciate the takes, y'all. Larry, let's get another group in here.
Yo. Oh, and I'm in. Let's go.
Hey, Seb, I got a quick question, bro. Hey, you're muted, by the way. When's Smoker versus Nell, bro?
It's gonna be a minute, man.
I'm ready, bro. I'm ready for Larry, bro. I've been preparing for weeks.
Listen, it might not even happen. They gotta win their matchups first. But
Seb,
if they both win
I'll
their
donate
fight,
my bank account for Smoker versus Nell, bro. I'm not kidding.
all right. But all right, y'all. Welcome to the DDT. I think y'all were all in here except Oz. What up, Oz?
What's up, boys?
What's going on, man? It's been a fun stream so far, man.
What took so long? Seb, we was in there. I'm wondering why we still talking for so long. I'm looking at my screen.
I was with Gladius, bro. Me and Larry was doing the Lord's work.
Wait, so Gladius beat Oars, right?
Gladius lost.
Oh my god.
As he should.
As he should have.
Right.
Yep.
Expected, bro.
Listen, man.
That was Brûlée's turn.
Let's doing the Lord's work. All right, new matchup. All right, it's Brûlée versus Brook. Y'all know the vibes. Who you got? What diff and why? And we'll start with Oz because he's new to this stream this week. What up, Oz?
What's up, boys? Is this really a battle though? Like, Brook, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like, we haven't seen anything, any actual fighting from Brûlée to me to even like consider her being able to touch Brook. And like, we know Brook is one of the fastest Straw Hats. The only thing I can give Brûlée is that she has a overly powerful devil for now. Since she can go into the mirrors, this is my question: is she allowed to bring other people through?
Like other live combatants, or like people?
Yeah, through her power itself, since it's her devil fruit.
Please don't say yes.
Because if you say yes, that's the only way I can give her that win.
I'm gonna say no.
Okay, then Brook.
She can use the mirror ability stuff, like the mirroring that Larry just talked about. I don't know if you were able to hear it, but nah, she can't like bring Katakuri through. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like she can't do that.
Okay. That was my question basically, because like she could bring in a couple of people through, and yeah. So no, if she can't do that, then yeah, I got Brook. I'm gonna say mid diff, bro. Honestly.
Okay.
And like the actual mid diff, not Tachi's definition of mid. whatever that was, bro. I'm calling him out. I'm calling him out. Yeah.
All right. 𝗵𝗲𝘁𝘁𝗻.
Oh, I'm so glad I'm before GT. All right, so I could speak the truth before he speak the blasphemy. This man Brook, right? He gonna walk up, pull his cane out, whisper in her ear, "Can I see your panties?" No diff. He's not fighting. He don't need to fight. He's Brook. He got the ultimate Riz.
Yo, on Riz alone, he wins.
Yes. You don't even need the devil for no ice.
Yo, I was gonna make this point, low key. I was.
He said the ultimate Riz.
That's it. That's all he gotta do.
This is Brook we talking about.
I appreciate the take, 𝗵𝗲𝘁𝘁, as bizarre as it was. We'll go to JT because he got called out 2 seconds ago.
So, before coming into this, I was like, easily Brook. But then when I well in the den saying, JT, don't be welling when you get there. So, I got to well out to make it exciting. It's Brûlée. And the reason for that is, I got to think about it. But the reason for that is because, listen, Brook is a scaredy cat. All right? Hear me out. Brook is a scaredy cat. Okay? So she get him that little mirror, thing where he fighting himself, he fighting himself. And then she pops out of nowhere. He screams. He faints. She takes him to the mirror world, takes care of him, done like that. Slight work. He lost to Ryuma in Thriller Bark, which was basically himself. So, I'm going to just say he's going to take an L to himself again.
What's happening?
Similar take to what Larry had to say a little earlier.
I'm glad I went first.
But all right, I appreciate the take, JT. We'll go to Mike.
JT reaching, man. He reaching. Worst case scenario, I'm taking Brook. I'll even go mid-diff because I feel like Brûlée gonna run. Worst come to worst, she gonna trap him. He used to that. He could just come out another mirror, and I feel like she's scared of him. He said he gonna be scared. He gonna turn to a ghost. She ain't gonna know what to do. And 𝗵𝗲𝘁𝘁's right. He might not even have to do nothing.
Just on Riz alone. Just on the Riz.
Alone.
Yeah, I can see it. It's funny, but I can see it. I can definitely see.
I forget what his name is. The Soul King. He's going to touch.
She was shook when she seen him. And 𝐿𝐴𝐾.
But I appreciate the take, Mike. Shin.
Yo, what's up, gang? I ain't gonna cap. But I'm glad I be going last because I be having to do my research because I be out working all the time. I was finna say Brook, but this girl Brûlée might got it.
She like that.
Listen.
Hey Shin, we out here, bro.
Okay, so I usually just go to One Piece Wiki and go straight to powers and abilities. They say she got shark fingernails to slice, but Brook made out of bones. But then I got to her devil fruit abilities. She can transform herself into a mirror image of a chosen target. And while transformed, she can do and say exactly whatever the target does to say. So it's a literal perfect reflection. Not only that, she can reflect other people's devil fruit powers. Now, I don't know if like she can also copy your devil fruit abilities too, by the way. I'm looking at this right now. Like, which is also insane. And she has a mirror shield, which is literally impenetrable. Like, and then like, is the frozen stuff that Brook do, is that his devil fruit powers?
I want to say yes. I don't think we ever really confirmed it, but I'm going to say yes. I don't know what else it could be, really. I guess it could just be elemental hockey, but I think he's alluded to it being because his soul is cold or whatever. It's something like that. I don't remember.
Yeah, it's from his devil fruit.
Okay, so like she can do all that, and she's still gonna have her own abilities. I ain't gonna lie. I was going with Brook easy low def, like, but now that I'm looking at all the stuff she can do, I'ma say Brook still got it, just based off the fact, even if Brûlée can turn into Brook and maybe mimic his abilities to a certain standpoint, you still not gonna be able to beat the person who's mastered his own stuff. Like, you may be able to do what I can, but you can't do it like I can. You feel me? Like,
No, I don't feel you.
Brooke, you was with me until I started talking fast.
I was with
Like,
you. Did you start wrong?
leave it, bro. You was with me until I started talking fast, bro. Just chill out. Like, and then Brooks, the fastest man on the Straw Hats. Probably post Wano is probably Sanji, but like, he's fast. Like, he can definitely speed blitz Brûlée. He can go. His attack, his move when like the people don't even know what's happening. By the time they know what's happening, Brooks already behind them, and then he's just closing the cane like the pimp he is. Like, and then they turn into ice and get sliced. Like, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, Brook might have this, but based off Brûlée's devil fruit abilities, I'm gonna say Brook got this like mid to high def. That's how I'm looking at right now. Not only that, like, I was also looking at her skills and stuff that's not devil fruit related. Like, her like brothers and sisters is like, Brûlée thinks she's stronger than she actually is. So Brûlée is bound to mess up at some point. So they say she overconfidences herself to the point where like she doesn't realize like, nah, you can't do that. Like, you gonna get folded. Like, chill out. Like, that's how it's gonna be. So I got Brook mid to high def.
All right. I love that you brought that point up because that was something I peeped in her wiki, and just generally reading Whole Cake Island, she be wilding, thinking stuff is one way and it's the other way.
Right.
But I appreciate the take, Shin. Muppets, don't do this to me again, man. Don't do it.
Muppets, don't be like playing dead.
Come on, Muppets, we believe in you.
Come on, bro.
I think, Larry, you might have to drop them and bring them back up. Yeah. Muppets going once.
Am I good?
Yeah, you good now.
Let's go.
Okay, good. This is the one fight I actually wanted to do. Because Brook's my favorite character, so it's Brook, easy. All he has to do is just act like he's walking away and then you peel behind her, and that's it. And just cut him out. And to the point of like, he's scared. He fought Big Mom. I don't know what scared he is to Brûlée. He was nothing like Big Mom at all. And then the saying that she can copy abilities, she can copy them, but it's still her face. So it's not like it's a perfect copy. It's still her face, and there's only a partial. I said something like, it's partial devil fruit too, so it's not even a full devil fruit power.
All right. I appreciate the take, Muppets. Does anybody want to combat anything they heard before we get another group in here?
You already know I do.
Nah, bro.
Oh, word, JT? Oh, go ahead.
You already know I want to. You know, like,
Larry, you can chime in too. They ain't hear you. I don't think they heard your take. For real.
Oh, you guys went? You guys went already?
Larry went. I ain't go yet.
Larry, who's winning this game? Who's winning, bro? Let me know.
I said Brûlée. It would be
Of course you said Brûlée. Wow.
W take, Larry.
Well, the
You're a good
reason
man.
is, one, you could already tell that there's bias amongst a bunch of people. I started to realize that also Brook's speed feat that he uses with his cane can sometimes be used to the extent of a gag somewhat, to show people that he still matters. But this is where it comes into play, where I said it before. It's, I'm not gonna do this again for the next round, but literally there's no limit to what she can copy. it has never been shown in a manga that Haki would have that effect. It shows that she could just mirror you completely, to the point Luffy couldn't get past her, and he tried. When it came to speed feats, we have Carrot, who rushed at her, and she immediately just threw Carrot into the mirror world because she touched the mirror, and she was done for. Brook is a stronger fighter. Brook's sole purpose, no pun intended, was that the reason he could combat Big Mom was because he goes directly against her abilities. But when it came down to the fist, it was over for him. So there's no comparing Brook and Big Mom, so we shouldn't do that. But what we should do is saying that at this level, abilities do matter, right? So whatever the mirror copies or reflects, then that means Brûlée can do as well. Plus, she could put her powers onto other animals if so, or we don't even know. She could probably take out another mirror and just copy Brook again to some degree. So at the end of the day, Brook might have the speed feat, but Brûlée is a competent fighter. And if she is overconfident, it's because of her confidence in being a fighter. And she showed that Luffy couldn't get past her until she stopped copying or reflecting Luffy. So, I mean, you guys could say all you want about Brook, and I would agree. But if she didn't have her devil fruit, then yes, like I would agree. But since she has it, no. I think it's mid-diff. I think Brook would just get caught by the mirror and just get trapped in the mirror world. And then that would be game.
But then that goes back to my point with the mirror abilities and stuff. Like, you might be able to do what I can, but you can't do it like I can. Like, we've seen this in other anime, and like, when she copied Luffy, remind me if I'm wrong, but was they as strong as Luffy?
Yes.
It was.
Like, they was like exact, like hockey,
Yeah.
gear force, all that.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't go Gear 4.
He didn't go Gear 4. But everything he did...
So it don't like got the memories and stuff. So like...
Well, that's the thing. Whatever Luffy does, it will do. Because she turned into Luffy. So she didn't even have to take her mirror out in order to reflect Luffy. She just showed up as Luffy. And then she fought as Luffy. And whatever Luffy did, she did exactly at the same time as Luffy. She was a mirror reflection of himself. To be honest, it looks like an awakening, in my opinion. That mirror thing that she did on herself. That looks like an awakening to me, now that I think about it.
But she's a 𝗵𝐻𝘁𝗃. Her awakening would be like turning a whole environment.
I mean, at this point, man, awakenings could be anything. I mean, Law's ability is a 𝗵𝐻𝘁𝗃. So...
And what's also, to piggyback what Larry's saying, what's also most overpowered was like when Luffy was fighting that, like he was getting drained, like he was losing stamina, and she was not losing stamina at all. And I feel like we've seen Brook, he doesn't have incredible stamina feats. So that as well, I think, also hurts his case.
I feel like y'all ain't accounting for him getting it off the wrist. Go hit him with the big five.
Bro, we talking about the Riz, bro.
I'm not gonna lie.
Let me see your
Y'all
panties.
make a convincing argument enough so to where I've never done this in a DDT before, but I changed my answer.
Let's go.
I changed my answer.
Y'all could even look at it. It's so I'll just
I was on the fence when I was reading the wiki anyway, and y'all just confirmed it for me. Like, y'all had to jog my memory of Whole Cake Island.
Bro. I think I'm following you too, bro, because I think I'm switching.
No way.
Hey, 𝗵𝐻𝘁𝗃.
So,
come on.
Listen, I'll give you guys the chapters, and you could look at it. It's chapter 831 and
I remember now.
and 835.
I remember.
And
as soon as you said, I remember.
Brûlée copies. Let's say hypothetically, she copies Brook like just completely, all his powers and all that other stuff. Does that mean that she just ultimately becomes stronger than him?
No, it just means
she can wear him down.
it's just on par.
Him, right?
Yeah, it's just on par. That's all I'm gonna suspect. I'm never gonna suspect that she's gonna be strong because I don't think she has stronger hockey.
The way I'm thinking about it, it's on par. That means
bro.
the speed feats are the same. That means the strength is the same. Everything is the same. I feel like the only thing is that isn't the same is the experience and like the IQ that they both have. I feel like Brook is a little smarter and a little more experienced at what he's doing, rather than her just being experienced with her powers.
But
she knows what she can do, But do she know what she can do and what he can do?
It don't matter because she isn't
it's
just
a mirror.
being Brook. She's just doing whatever he does. She's like she doesn't just get his powers and she can do whatever he wants. She literally just copies every single thing that he pulls out of his arsenal.
That's the thing that switched me over because like if it was to the point where like I can copy your abilities, like I'm you, but I'm still controlling myself at the end of the day, I was like, okay, Brook can like pull out some. I'm stronger than you. Like you never seen me do this before. Like I just got to be a stronger version of what you think I am, like on some 𝐓𝐻𝐻𝐿 𝐷𝐵𝐻 blood war type stuff. But
It's a
like,
little poppy.
but like, it's not like that because she's literally like, you stab, I stab. You juke,
Exactly,
I juke.
bro.
Like, monkey
That's
do,
crazy.
monkey see, monkey do. Like, what you trying to do? Like, it's one of them. And then like, I think Brûlée got it. They made a convincing.
Yeah. And like I said,
Brûlée got that.
Brûlée's not losing stamina. Brook is losing stamina.
Bro, why do you say Brûlée? Bro.
Bro, I swear in the anime is Brûlée.
It's Brûlée.
It's Brûlée.
Brûlée is based off of food, bro. It's
Yeah, they
Brûlée.
put the apostrophe over her name.
Oh,
I got two questions.
Brûlée. I just thought about that. I ain't gonna count.
Bro.
It's all right. Listen, we don't come at people for how they pronounce the stuff. Listen, Shin. We only come at Shin.
Wow,
but
that's
those ones
crazy.
Rayleigh, bro.
I just sound everything out. That's all you gotta do. Just sound it out.
Rayleigh.
I don't want to use the word copy because that's not what she does. She just reflects. So anything
Yeah,
that
yeah.
you do is just going to be reflected back at you.
So strength and everything, right?
Everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Including
crazy. Yeah,
devil
that's why I
including
said, see,
devil
that's
fruit
blasphemy.
abilities.
And if she just decides
I
to
got
be
two
like, all right, let
questions.
me pull the mirror out, and you touch the mirror, and Brook doesn't know you can't touch the mirror.
Yeah, you go inside, bro. That's it.
So I do want to point something out. The characters in these fights, they have full knowledge of everything that they've experienced in the series. So Brook knows about Brûlée's mirror. Whether it helps him or not, whatever. But he knows that it exists.
He didn't see it.
Listen. Has
Mhm.
Brook
He never
seen
seen it.
the ability that she used against Luffy?
No, he wasn't
I
there. The only people she
Yeah, he wasn't
copied.
there.
Larry, he's been in the mirror world. He knows about the mirror. They used her to get to and from. Like he's
Yeah, that's
seen
what I was
it.
about
He was
to
on
say,
the
and
ship.
I'm pretty
But
sure
he doesn't
that
know
she
about the
had to tie her
reflection
Brûlée was
ability.
scared of him.
was able to transfer through mirrors by having her tied up.
He was on the ship when they attacked the ship.
But
With
I have another
Mill.
question about her powers. So like, does she doesn't have to? Does she have to like touch you or like have you look in the mirror or just have one like present in front of you, whether you look at it or not?
I mean, what happened was Luffy was running to the forest, pulled up on himself, and they just started going at it.
I think it just has to be reflected in her mirror, right?
No, she just showed up as Luffy.
Yeah, she probably has mirrors throughout the forest
I
and
feel
was
like
able to
she
see
could
Luffy.
control all
Yeah,
that.
yeah, she had
Like,
mirrors throughout the forest. She
you know
had
what I mean?
mirrors throughout the forest.
And even general, like she's able to manipulate the mirrors or whatever on the Sunny. Like she could, as soon as they got into Big Mom's territory, she probably had access to the mirrors that would show Luffy and crew or whatever. So
And she can also throw attacks into the mirror to come out of other mirrors too, right? No, bro, yeah.
Yep.
Bro,
Yeah,
but she
bro.
needed an animal.
Bro.
She needed an animal to like reflect off of Luffy in order to do that. So like we giving her a bunch of rabbits and stuff.
yeah, I said in these matchups you could do anything you saw them do on panel. They could do it here in the DDT.
I mean, I wouldn't say that because then she could just hop in the mirror, say, "Hey, yo, mirror, where Katakuri at?" Pull that man up, then it's over.
Yeah, you can't pull out other characters, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, you said everything.
That's the only thing.
If she has to if she has to make you like look in the mirror, and that's how the ability works.
That's what I'm trying to
besides, like,
figure
the
out.
whole Luffy thing.
How does the copying actually work? Is it
Yeah, because I feel like the only person y'all said so far that didn't have to look in the mirror was Luffy. Like she just pulled up as this man, but everybody.
But
else
regardless, Brook can't even look in the mirror. He ain't got no eyeballs.
Yeah, but she got to use the mirror. She got to use the mirror and reflect somebody off of the mirror in order for them to be something.
Talking about
All right, but he's got a point. I'm going Brook.
What?
Wait, so you're changing your vote?
No, I'm not. I got Brûlée.
Oh, change your vote. Why you change your
Balenci,
vote?
bro, come to the good side, bro.
Come to the dark side? Absolutely not.
All right, hold on.
Off the Riz alone.
Change their vote. Just you, Shin. Oz, did you change?
Yeah, I definitely changed. Yep.
Changed? Larry, did you compute that? I don't remember.
Listen,
did.
all I'm saying is if they're fighting wherever they're fighting at, and she pulls up with one mirror, I don't know how y'all see her bigging that whole fight off of one singular mirror. If he doesn't look at that, it's over. He can
I mean, her
choose
mirror
whether or
gives her
not to
access
look
to
inside of
all
a
the
mirror.
mirrors in the area.
And
Like,
as Seb said, he's aware of the ability. So he's
Bro,
aware
Brook
that
doesn't
he's
even
fighting
have a
Brûlée
reflection.
and that her main arsenal is mirrors. So
Yes, he does.
cancels out the mirror factor.
Oh, he's not a vampire, bro.
Oh
Bro,
wait,
remember when he joined the ship?
Hey,
Look at the
but that was
gym.
because he didn't have his shadow. That's because he didn't have
Oh,
his
all
shadow.
right, all right, all right.
I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I was
Mike,
going
Mike
to
almost
use
had
that
a
at
good
first,
point.
but then I realized it's because he didn't have his shadow, so he could actually see his reflection in.
Right. We're gonna get another group in here because it's getting closer.
Yo, y'all
But
can't
I
be just
appreciate the
dipping
takes,
like
y'all.
that.
All right, y'all. Much love.
We'll talk about this.
And invite me back with my boy Peach Beard up here.
Nah,
Stop.
JT, we gonna get big
I'm
money.
probably never doing a tournament with Peach Beard in it, bro.
Oh my god.
I'm trying to do this.
I'll
Yo,
argue for Peach Beard.
what?
But all right, y'all. Stick around. We probably do one more matchup after this one.
I appreciate it.
LeBron the GOAT.
No, he's not.
The pettiness, yo. All right, who hasn't gone on this one? I know Infamous just got in here. Tachi was here sitting. Yeah, I think Zaki, maybe Party P. I don't remember if they were in on the earlier ones. I don't remember.
No, we weren't here.
Did we get Who-Man or no?
I think Who-Man was with the group with Strahd, so
Oh, okay.
I think Strahd went. Yeah, Strahd went on this one.
Yeah, Who-Man was in
Alright.
the Straw group. Yeah.
All right. How's it going, gentlemen? Welcome to the DDT. Tachi, what's up?
It's good. One day more until Hoteps rise up, boys. We was kings.
We was kings.
Mm-hmm.
Tachi, we'll start with you, man. You know the vibes. Who you got? What diff and why? I don't know if you were around long enough to know the matchup.
I got a bit of
but
the
it is Brook versus Brûlée.
They
You know
know
what I'm saying?
100% about each other. So
Mhm.
in this circumstance, okay.
Well, they just know what they've known throughout, like whatever they've experienced in the series, they've experienced. So Brook has seen Brûlée's ability. Brûlée has minor knowledge of what Brook can do because of what So go
Okay.
with whatever that is.
So it all depends on the encounter. Because how I'm imagining it is like Brook comes off of the Sunny. He gets onto Whole Cake. Then after that, like, because he's already in disadvantageous territory, it would be easy for him to fall into traps if Brûlée already had that plan set up, if they already had the knowledge if they were gonna have a versus battle, if you know what I'm saying.
So it's a neutral ground. I'll say there's enough mirrors around that Brûlée can get hers off. But it isn't like in Whole Cake. It's not like advantage. She didn't like have prep time to set up on Brook. Brook didn't like go in with a scouting report like, okay, you got to watch out for this chick with the mirrors. They just run into each other and it's to the death or whatever. You know what I'm saying? There's some mirrors around. And again, everything that they've done in the manga they can do. So Brûlée's used the mirrors to affect animals or whatever and create that. She can do that.
Oh yeah.
Brook has knocked people out to with his music. He can do that. So
yeah, and the pocket dimension thing is definitely for sure. Like, I think the win con here, because realistically, if she gets him in one mirror and then with a hammer just goes around and smashes every fucking mirror around, every cursing mirror around her, technically he can't leave. Technically, only if we're not accepting his return to his body as a part of his power. If it is, then I don't know how I could see Brûlée winning. Only because Brook would be able to just consistently return to his body. I don't think she has the power to completely like disintegrate his bones. Because we saw in Whole Cake that even when he was cracked on his skull and teeth were missing, he just drank milk and it came back. And yes, that could be just a gag, but Oda's made his gags legitimate before. Giant goldfish eating islands, that happened. Like Oda definitely is a mimetic person with some things. So in the case of Brûlée being able to not need a full body to clone someone at all, because that's canon, I saw that panel, I would give it to Brûlée extreme diff. It would be very difficult for her. She would have to plan perfectly. And if we are just excluding the Brook can return from the afterlife, then I concede to that.
All right. I appreciate the take, Tachi.
Thanks for the time.
We'll go with infamous wannabe GOAT. I love that name.
Thank you.
What's up, man?
I'm good. So, in terms of this fight of Brook versus Brûlée, I got to go mid-diff, but I'm going to go with Brook, and I have several reasons why. So, all I'm going to say is for Brûlée, in terms of her offensive attack, the only thing that I saw or could remember of is when she used the mirror to block Carrot's punch. And so I don't know what else she could do with the mirror besides teleport or use I just have a question. What is Brûlée allowed to use? Is she allowed to use anybody else, or it's just 1v1?
It's a 1v1. So she can whatever you've seen her do on panel in manga, she can do. So she can use animals or whatever to create mirror images of stuff. She can mirror the attacks or whatever that Brook has done. She can't just go and get a big brother to help fight. You know what I mean? She can't go get Big Mom from a mirror. All right. So it's a 1v1.
Okay. Well, thanks with that. Now I'm able to definitely. I still lean with Brook, but I see that Brûlée, she's able to, because she did it with Luffy, where Luffy fought himself, but of course Luffy was still stronger. So in the case of Brook, not that Brook is comparable to Luffy, but I would say Brook, he still would be able to, handle and outlast Brûlée. He did defeat a lot of chess pieces when him and Chopper were on the ship with 𝗵𝐻𝐼𝐴 and Katakuri. And so I would give it to Brook. Also, Brook is way faster in terms of using his attack, the ice attack, and even pre-time skip. I'm not sure, but it's called like a slash or something. But I got to go with Brook. And also, I would have to say that Brûlée doesn't really have that much offensive power in terms of only just creating clones of Brook. And I think Brook, even though if he's not, his endurance has not really been showcased except fighting against Big Mom. But he also did lose to 𝗵𝐻𝐼𝐴, but 𝗵𝐻𝐼𝐴 I would say is stronger than Brûlée. But I got to go with Brook. That's all.
All right. Appreciate the take, infamous. We'll go with Party Pete.
All right. So I'm kind of on the fence, but I think I'm leaning towards Brook. The reason being, if we're saying there, because I thought also location was an important factor, just considering Brûlée's power. If they're fighting on neutral ground, like say there's a reasonable number of mirrors around, that also means there's not some like excessive number of mirrors around for Brûlée to access to as options to get into the mirror world. And I believe Brook, having some past knowledge of Brûlée's abilities, is fast enough to break a mirror before Brûlée can use it. Like if he's aiming to break the mirror before she can get to it, I believe he's fast enough to do that. And I believe also playing into her personality, just in terms of overconfidence, she seems like she may be susceptible to assuming an attack's coming at her when he's really aiming for something else that cuts off her access to ability. So that's not to say she would not be able to use any of the mirrors, but I believe that with that being his focus, he could break a good number of the mirrors she has available to her in the given space. So there's a limit to how many clones she could really put out to wear him down. Brook has no shown issues with stamina, so even if they're clones that put up some sort of fight against him as he's trying to break these mirrors and kind of wear down Brûlée, I believe Brook is strong enough to get that done. And once you cut off her ability to wear him down, I don't think Brûlée has enough upfront combat ability to outlast Brook. So I'm gonna kind of lean towards Brook, but I think it's a good fight.
I got a question for you, Sid. With Jesus Christ, yeah, with considering how Brook is and how Brûlée is, wouldn't this fight just be Brook going after panties?
That was brought up earlier. Whether
Yeah.
he could just riz the W away. That's up to y'all. If y'all think that's how it goes, then that's how.
Just because Pete brought up that like Brûlée feels herself. I mean, Napoleon used to have the same type of scar that Brook had. I'm just saying.
Well, I would say she's confident in her strength. I don't know how that is in terms
Looks too, probably. I mean, she's.
I think no, but I think her personality is like quite the opposite. Like she's not confident in her looks because someone like slashed her face when she was a kid. So normally it kind of has that effect.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, she got rizzed up by somebody on panel. I don't remember who it was, whether it was Sanji.
Oh,
It might
that was in Film Red.
Was it Film Red?
I think it was
Sanji?
Oven though.
Yeah.
No, it's in Film Red when he saves her and she blushes.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I was wondering. I was like, why do I remember that? But word. All right. Y'all can do with that information what you will. If you think it wins him the fight, cool. If you think it loses him the fight, cool too. It don't matter. Whatever y'all think, however it goes. But all right, we'll go to Zaki.
Yeah. I think a lot of the points that were brought up before, actually, I think Larry was right for a majority of what was being said in here because she can create perfect clones of anybody she's fighting, but it has to be herself. The only time we've seen her create a perfect clone is when she's manipulating that clone herself. Because when she was fighting Luffy, the clone that she was controlling that can mimic was herself, because later she grabs Nami as that same Luffy clone, right? And later she does it again. If you look at chapter 871, after the when the whole fight between the Big Mom Pirates and the Straw Hats are going off, she does the same replicating ability versus Caesar. Caesar can't get past himself because Brûlée's in front of him, mirroring Caesar, right? But also, if Brook does use music, the Brûlée clone would also be able to use music because they're able to copy speech exactly. Like Luffy, every time Luffy said something, Brûlée replicated that exact same speech pattern as well. So if Brook sings or Brook plays the violin or the guitar, the Brûlée replica would also be able to do that. The only thing that is stopping Brûlée here, though, is Brook's knowledge of her abilities, because for them to all be a part of that plan, they had to be explained how her abilities work, right? This when they said, okay, Luffy's gonna go here, he's gonna make a bunch of animal clones. We're gonna go out the mirror this way, we're gonna go into the mirror this way. And because of that, I feel like Brook would have to be very dumb to attack her when she has her mirror up like that. Because the only time when she can send you into the mirror world is when she puts up her mirror as a defense. Like we saw her do it with Carrot. And she even reflected Carrot's Electro. Like she was able to use Electro against Carrot. Right? So she could pretty much mimic anything. But also Larry was right about the whole Ryuma thing, because that is a huge L. Like come on, like that's probably the biggest L in the story. Like losing to your own zombie, like that's bad. Like people want to say, oh, Ryuma was stronger, but he wasn't that much stronger. It's still a zombie at the end of the day. But I think I would have to go with Brook here, because Brûlée does have some reaction feats. Like she's able to react to Carrot's attack, but it's easier to react to an attack when all you're doing is putting a mirror up in front of yourself to defend, right? But at the same time, Pound almost took her by surprise. Like she dodged Pound by a hair when he almost gave her an uppercut. Then she took a point blank attack from Nami from the Thunderbolt. Where she couldn't even reflect that because she got hit so fast by it. So Brook, who's faster than Pound and Nami, would be able to get a lot of attacks on her without also diving into the mirror world, because he knows how the ability works. Why would you attack a mirror portal when you've jumped into that portal multiple times yourself, right? And even after she puts Carrot in the mirror world, Nami warns her. Nami warns Carrot before she attacks, because she figures out that if she attacks, she'll be sucked into the mirror world. And Carrot goes and attacks her anyways. So after that, when Chopper fights her, he doesn't get sucked into the mirror world until after he's defeated by all the homies and Brûlée, because he's not going to do the same thing Carrot did. So Brook, who has more battle IQ than those three, right? Because he's been in more fights, I would just say that why would he make that same mistake knowing what he knows? And yeah, so speed's on his side, strength is on his side, durability. I mean, we know like Brook has taken way worse attacks than he's taken attacks from Big Mom, right? So I don't see anything Brûlée can do to actually hurt him. Like she has a scythe, but she didn't even hit anybody with it. So yeah, Brûlée's just not a combatant. She's more of a tricky fighter when everything's in her favor, like the homies in the forest. Yeah. So I have Brook, but Larry was right on the money about all her abilities, though. Also, if she pulls out a perfect clone of Brook, all Brook would have to do is stop fighting, because Luffy wasn't smart enough to realize that if he stopped fighting, the clone would also stop fighting, because he never saw that happen before. And it's not like Brûlée. We've never seen Brûlée replicate someone and then do that person's attacks without that person doing the attacks themselves. So if Brook just stands there and waits for Brûlée to stop mimicking him, he would be able to attack her when she comes out of that mimic form.
Saki, I love you, because I was gonna make a point similar to that, but I'm gonna go a step further when I give my take. But yeah, I think that's everyone, right, Larry? Everyone's gone.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, so it's on me. This one is probably one of the most interesting fights that's on the DDT to me, for several reasons. One, Larry brought up a lot of great points in regards to what Brûlée can just do, and how her devil fruit works, and what she would be able to mimic, mirror, and reflect on Brook, and how he'd have to interact with that. But I do want to say, other people brought out several really good points. I think Larry even acknowledged that Brook's just a better fighter than her in general. Faster, stronger, as far as actual physical capabilities and fighting. In regards to the matchup itself, it can go a bunch of different ways because of just what they're capable of doing. The way I view it happening is, again, Pete and Zaki both brought up the point that I was going to bring up, that Brook does have some knowledge of what her ability is already. And because he does, I think it's entirely possible that if she tries to mirror his ability, or mirror Brook, or copy, reflect him, Brook is just gonna whip that guitar out and play music really loud and break the mirrors. You know what I mean? Like he can do that. And what they brought up earlier about her thought process, right? And her battle IQ, her thinking she's smarter than she is, she would probably just reflect what Brook is doing, not realizing it would just break more mirrors because they would both be playing the guitar really, really, really loud. And then from that point, Brook would be able to just easily blitz her. So that's how I envision the fight happening. If he gets stuck in the mirror world, the fight's over to me. Unless him using the ghost ability, like the spirit ability of him, can get through that mirror. But I don't think we've ever seen Brook inhabit a body with that ability yet. So I was gonna lean towards that to say how he can win, but I think it'll just really be the music playing, with the breaking of the mirrors with sound, and then from there creating an opening to win. But that's me. That's how I envision this fight. I just don't think Brûlée is a smart enough fighter to win versus somebody who's stronger than her, who has seen her ability. If Brook had never seen her ability before, I think she would take it. But because he has, I think he does take it personally. But the mirroring and everything, listen, people were downplaying that. That's a huge problem. I do want to say this, though, and I know y'all going to hate it, Zaki, Larry, in regards to Brook and losing to Ryuma. Two things. It was played up that it was because of Ryuma's physical body that was inhabited that he lost. And two, narratively in general, Brook trained for 2 years after that moment to make sure that things like that don't happen again. I know that's a cop-out on some level, but it's true. I just can't envision Brook, the Brook that we see now, that's able to take out numbers, that's able to freeze people and control people with sound and stuff, taking that kind of an L to Ryuma. He's a much stronger person. For Brûlée to win on a technicality on something that beat Brook before, that's not even the same, I don't see that as a huge enough knock in this matchup. But I got Brook. I'm going to go... See, the way I explain the fight, it could be as low diff, but I'm going to go high to extreme just because Brook would need to basically come with that thought process to win. And if he doesn't, if he goes about it any other way, it'll be a much harder fight for him. So
I would like to change my vote because Seb was spitting, and I forgot there was a scene where in Fisherman Island, Brook explained the specialty about his music and how it was able to interact with people's souls directly. So even if she does clone him, she wouldn't be able to perform the same effect with her music. So it's kind of like, at that point, it's like a really loud guitar, yes, but then you have a loud magical guitar that's also, you know, influencing your soul to like maybe give him panties or something or whatever the hell he wants. You know what I'm saying? Like it literally is like he's like, yeah, I can entrance people with the way that my melody is going and stuff like that. So he can Riz, but with that added on and when everything was Seb was saying, yeah, I'm changing my vote.
Yeah, I think Brûlée loses a lot here due to her. I wouldn't even say intelligence, but her personality.
Right.
Like,
it's just
like she just seems very susceptible to being deceived.
Yeah, she's not a legitimately competent fighter. She has abilities that make her tricky to deal with.
Like she's not a pudding.
Right. Like it's like she's tricky to deal with, but once you figure it out, it's like, all right. Like if Luffy would have been like, okay, let me, like Zaki said, let me stop fighting and I could probably just hockey it up. Like she can't, I mean, I don't think Luffy used a single hockey attack in that situation.
He didn't. It was just it was a Gatling.
Yeah. So it's like
hockey, but
yeah,
I feel like she would be able to replicate hockey though, just because we've seen her replicate everything else. Everything else.
Yeah. I mean, the fact she can replicate abilities alone is kind of crazy. But I don't know. I painted out how I think the fight goes. Y'all can disagree if y'all want or whatever, but I think we have a clear winner with Brook. Larry, you want to combat what I said or what's up? Nah?
I've said my points more than a couple times, and if y'all didn't hear it, we should just move on.
All right.
It was well said, Larry.
Thanks, man.
It was. It was.
Convinced chat.
Yeah, you were spitting, bro.
You're convincing people.
Yeah, I usually do. I
You
talk
almost
truth.
convinced me, but
Yo, one thing I want to say though, also is that I feel like Larry and Seb, like in these terms where it's like so one-sided, you may have to give your opinions first because you guys tend to convince more people at the start, and so like dragging people in afterwards for them to change their opinion. Because I do think with the Gladius one, you could have changed a lot more people's minds if you said it first.
Listen, I pointed it out after the Gladius point. I was like, yo, if there's too much of a landslide, then I think that I should go.
Oh yeah,
you should go.
That's a good idea.
The reason why Brook won so heavily this time is because Sebastian during the second round just said, well, he has knowledge of her abilities out of nowhere. Meanwhile, this is a bracket where like two people are fighting against each other that honestly are not supposed to have knowledge of their abilities. So if we're adding plot into the circumstances of this bracket, then that is just gonna create a bias across the board. So I don't know why you did that.
That's not true.
You did.
Hold on. I said in the first DDT,
bro.
If you see them do it on panel, they can do it in the DDT, and everything they have as far as knowledge is available to them in the DDT.
Damn.
I said that.
You know what I should have did? I should have just been like, all right, that's great. I should have just been like, yo, 𝙃𝐸𝐴𝐻𝐻's seen what Oars can do. Yo, Gladius, here's some of Oars' moveset. Like,
that's not the same at all.
Yo, why not? Why can't I just do that?
You're saying
it's not.
If 𝙃𝐸𝐴𝐻𝐻 knows that Gladius is going into a fight, why wouldn't he just give him some info, yo?
But it's not like someone told Brooke about it.
Thank you. He physically witnessed and experienced.
It's not like someone told him after, just guessing. He saw them himself.
Okay, so before he actually dived into using her abilities, they had to formulate a plan where he was told about her abilities.
But Larry, that's on panel. It happened.
Okay. So I can use the same. I could just say the same thing.
What are you talking about?
No, but there's no panel where 𝙃𝐸𝐴𝐻 told Gladius about Oars' moveset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was under the impression two people come to the table and they just duke it out. I didn't know that you had to be able to be like, oh, well, he knows her abilities. That's kind of unfair. That's unfair to her.
It's not unfair.
How would she ever have a chance of winning?
She's not abilities.
This is a very bad matchup. You could have literally put him against Boa. That would have been a
No,
better
that wouldn't have
matchup.
been- I don't think it's a bad
I don't
matchup.
know.
Yeah,
That's all right.
look, if Brûlée was a stronger fighter with these abilities, she would have won.
Yeah.
It's that
Right.
simple.
Her problem is
Whether
her
Brooke knew
physical
or not.
weakness and her
Wait, so-
susceptibility to being tricked.
Brûlée would have beat Virgo this way though, because he had no knowledge. Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
About hockey's
Maybe.
not a feat.
It's possible.
Yeah, he would just charge in like he did against Law.
And Smoker.
All right, that was good. That was a good debate though.
Yeah, man. Looks like we have ourselves a winner. Larry, you up to do another round or?
Yeah, I'm down.
All right. This one should be interesting. It is Raizo versus Page One. We can keep this open and start.
Yeah. It's Raizo versus Page One.
Yeah.
This is tough, actually.
Give me a second.
Take your time. We went with Zaki last, so we'll go with you first, Zaki.
It's putting me on the spot, man. But
Yeah, man. No
yeah,
prep
look.
time. None.
Yeah, no prep time, exactly. Honestly, in this fight, I think I'm going to have to take Page One here because Raizo, to my knowledge, unless he has prep time where he can store things in his scroll, right? He kind of has nothing that can put Page One down. Because even Sanji in his raid suit, after all the attacks he delivered, Page One was still standing up after all that, right? And even after taking a gear 3rd attack, right? He got up and just fixed his jaw in place. And everybody else was surprised that he took that attack, right? So, what can I argue in Raizo's favor here, though? It's like, okay, Raizo definitely has more versatility, right? Because he can create clones. He can release. He can do multiple releases where he has things stored. But I wouldn't know what he has stored. Like would we say that he had that? Like, what can we argue that he has stored in his scrolls? You know,
I don't think the
So anything that he's ever had stored or used on
I don't
him.
think the deadass. I don't think the Zunisha water is fair. The Zunisha water is just not fair. You know that.
It is what it is. He's used it on panel in the manga. He
Right, so
can use it.
So a
in
man that
the
can
story.
turn his entire environment into a lake. Cool. Now, how does
Uh,
dinosaur beat that?
Yeah, well, for my experience, I think the reason why the water attack was so devastating in that moment is because of how the Onigashima was set up, though, right? It's like everybody was blown away by the water, but after the water drained out, they kind of just stood back up. Like everybody was fine for that. It just the water was cool and all, right? But the pace of the water was kind of manipulated by Jinbei doing the shoulder toss, right? So it's not like water coming out from a scroll is just gonna blow away Page One to where he can't fight anymore, right? So he has ninja stars, he has clone jutsus, you know.
He's got
I still
Kaido's Boro breath in a scroll.
that's only after Kaido attacked him though.
Yo, I repeat.
But based on the conditions Seb stated, he does have it.
You got it.
Yeah. Shit. That's
Doesn't
not
mean
fair.
I think he wins. I'm just saying he got it.
He deflected the attack. It wasn't stored.
Yeah, it's not. I want to say he has that because he used it only after somebody attacked him with it. You know.
I mean,
But
he's got enough in his bag already.
Page One is also the kind of fighter that's gonna really hurt Raizo here because Raizo doesn't or Page One doesn't have anything that he can really store in a scroll. He can't store a punch or a kick in or anything like that. So I think Page One takes it in his hybrid form with he's shown to have hockey. And yeah, I think he's faster, he's stronger, he's more durable. The only hard thing he has to really deal with is figuring out which clone to attack. But Raizo's shown multiple times that he's not really good at using his clones because Fukuroju got him pissed off. And that anime episode made him reveal which clone he was, you know?
Listen, man, Fukurokuju literally grew IQ like exponentially because of it. Right?
That's the long time beef, though. You know that might be why that got understood.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I'll take
was
Page
the
One, but I'll take Page One mid diff. Yeah, I want to see what other people argue. I'm open.
I
to
actually
changing my
pushed
mind.
back super heavy only because Seb gave this dude number one basically a rocket launcher. Understand water pressure, how it works. Those scrolls were storing Zunisha water. If he pops it open, it's all of that water pressure shooting right at you. Essentially, it's the same as a shoulder toss, but with none of the Fishman karate behind it. Just the water pressure. So like that utility, and then you give him Boro breath. Yeah, Page One could barely stand up after one Big Mom punch. So I don't think he's tanking a Boro breath. He barely could, barely.
Yo, Tachi,
Barely.
I'm not a Big Mom guy, but I'm gonna need you to put some respect on her name. It wasn't one Big Mom punch. It was a Conqueror's coded Big Mom punch.
Advanced
okay?
Conqueror's coded with the
Advanced
space in the
Conqueror's
middle.
coded,
With
bro.
the lightning through Onigashima, yes, I will give that dinosaur his respect. But the versatility of this guy, and Page One's just straight up, oh, I'm gonna run and gun at you like he did with Sanji when Sanji was just dancing all over him but couldn't take him down. Yes, Page One has more stamina. If he gets his hands on Raizo, he probably could take him. But we see Raizo tank fire with Fukurokuju, the dude who literally expanded his own skull through thought. So he can definitely like stand some form of technique. I mean, has some form of stamina. And he trained as a scabbard too. He didn't really train as a swordsman, but he was still a ninja underneath Odin. So we still have to give him that level of prestige and understanding and battle competency as well. Because Page One's young. I'm pretty sure Page One's like in his mid-20s. I don't even think he's 30 yet. So like,
yeah, I think he's like 21. I mean, he's young. He's young.
Yeah. And like, if you were to compare him to someone who's around his age, Jack, who's significantly more impressive, that Raizo couldn't beat and needed to hide from. Yeah, I think Raizo beats Page One. Maybe high diff, yeah.
All right, I appreciate the take, Tachi. We'll go to Infamous Wannabe. Go.
Okay, after hearing Zaki and Tachi's argument, I gotta go with Page One because I'm just thinking about this. This is how I decide to base Raizo's strength. So if you look at it, I would argue probably the top 5 scabbards of terms of who's strongest, not ranking, but the top 5 would probably be Inu, Neko, Denjiro, Kinemon, and arguably you could say Shutenmaru or Kiku. Personally, with what Raizo has shown, I don't think that he's that strong in order to defeat Page One of 𝗃𝐽. Because thinking about it, he did defeat what's the long-headed guy's name again? Fukurokuju?
Yeah, Fukurokuju.
Yeah. Okay, and he's part of the I don't think he's part of the Mimawari Gumi. I'm
He
not
led
sure,
them.
but
He was the leader.
oh, he led them? Okay. So he's part of them. And I personally see the Mimawari Gumi as lower than what the 𝗃𝐽 are, because you have to think about it. Kaido just only gathered the Mimawari Gumi those are just extra numbers, so if you could say in other terms, fodder. And so with what Raizo's shown, even on the rooftop, I don't think it's that impressive in order for him to be, someone who's beating because the 𝗃𝐽, I compare them to, maybe YC4, even though that doesn't exist. So, like below 3rd commander level.
Oh, it exists. Go.
Oh, YC4 exists?
It does to me.
Oh, okay, fair enough. With snacks, okay. So, yeah, I have to say, I guess Raizo... See, here's the thing that I have to argue about his scrolls. He only used the scroll in the rooftop to deflect Kaido's Boro breath. I don't think he stored it, if I'm correct. Anybody, correct me if I'm wrong.
I think it was used immediately. I don't think
it was used immediately, but Seb said he'd have it. So unfortunately, he has it. That's the chairman. That's the commissioner. That's not my fault.
Okay. Your interpretation of that.
Okay. But going with that information, I still think that Page One is really fast, and because he's a zone, I would say that he's fast enough to dodge it. And even though if he takes that attack, I don't think. I don't know. I don't think it's that strong, to keep him down because. I mean, Marco. When damn. Marco did. I'm not sure, but Marco is stronger than Page One. But I just got to give it to Page One in terms of diff. to give Raizo the benefit of the doubt, I guess I would say mid diff, but if I'm being honest, I might want to go low diff, but I'll just say mid diff in the favor of page one.
All right, I appreciate the take, Goat. Party Pete.
As much as I hate page one,
Why?
I think I think
for what reason could you possibly?
That's so targeted.
That's so what? Why?
He's generally mid. The 𝗵𝐴 are mid, and
What
amongst the
is
𝗵𝐴
They're literally
no.
no.
The 𝗵𝐴 are mid, and amongst the 𝗵𝐴, he's also mid. But that's just why I don't like him. But regardless of that fact, I think he still beats Raizo. What does Raizo have a devil fruit? Before I
Scroll fruit. Yes, that was.
Yes, he has a scroll fruit.
Oh, okay. So
Argument could be made if he was awakened or not.
Because yeah. So no, if he's also got a devil fruit, then the 𝗁𝐴 water doesn't matter. And even if he's got the Boro breath, like everyone's saying, I don't think that's enough to keep page one down, to be honest. And it's kind of like the Gladius Oars thing. I think sometimes people give too much credit to versatility and ignore the actual effect that is caused. So while someone may have a more versatile devil fruit or more versatile abilities, what does that matter if he can't do any damage to them? And if they hit you, like sure, Raizo, some great durability, at least when it comes to fire. He really hung in there. But I think page one, I think page one in hybrid form, if he lands a couple good hits, like Raizo's at least unconscious. So, like I said, he's running from Jack. And though Jack is stronger than page one, it's not some crazy gap, I don't think, in terms of like.
Nah, I'd say it's a crazy gap.
It's a wild gap, dude. He's a fucking calamity.
That gap is a little wide, bro.
No, I'm not going to talk about the gap between those two. I'm just saying either whatever that gap is, it's not enough for Raizo to survive more than a few serious punches connecting with him as far as winning a fight with page one. And I don't think the majority of his ninja abilities would really have any effect on page one, aside from the fact that he's a little bit dumb. So he might, confuse him. But I don't see how he does any substantial damage to page one to even take advantage of confusing him. So,
Yeah.
I would have to agree.
Yeah, I changed my vote because I think 𝐓𝐻𝐤 would wash Raizo, and I'm pretty sure 𝐓𝐻𝐤 wanted to challenge Jack. No, Queen, not Jack.
I shouldn't have even brought up Jack. They're really not that close. I shouldn't have even brought up.
Y'all, real quick, Raizo did not deflect the attack back at Kaido.
I thought he
did steal the flame.
Yeah,
and then reused it.
I thought he did, but again, I don't think that changes this situation. It's because it's a one. From what we know, it's a one-time use thing. So if he either tanks or avoids it, that's the strongest thing in his arsenal. Because if he uses the water, then he's weakened too. And I think a weakened page one beats up a weakened Raizo. So I just don't see where his advantage would come from or how he would cause any serious damage. We don't know anything about Raizo's ability to use 𝐷𝐷𝐻, to what degree that he can, and I don't believe it's strong enough to do that much damage to page one. Like I said, the hit that Big Mom hit him with was something crazy.
Yep,
it was
wild. That was I kind of felt bad for him because he didn't see that coming. He thought they were working together. Yeah,
I changed.
So I feel for him on that, but that's kind of what it took to put him down. So Raizo can't do that, so he's getting low diff, I think.
Well, okay, I want to say low diff. I want to say
why? Well, but if you can't do anything to him, and none of his
why I wouldn't say low diff.
How is that not low diff?
None of his moves work. The reason why I would say he wouldn't be low diff is only because of the Boro breath puts him at mid diff.
No,
One
no.
thing-
But that,
Here's the
but,
thing.
but
It puts
that
one thing I want to
attack,
say though
even
for
if he
Raizo,
hits him head
One at
on.
a time, y'all. One at a
Yeah,
time.
and how did he do it with Kaido? He literally wrapped him around it and then he released it. That was the strat. Raizo is a strat guy. He even I'm gonna make this argument in the future, but all of Ninpo is like how he expresses his hockey. So like all of that shit is just don't worry, I'll get into it later. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. But like those techniques and fighting styles, that's how he depicts his hockey. So I don't really see anything super special coming out of Raizo outside of like more Ninpo, maybe more like element based stuff, maybe like a Rasengan, just to shout out Kishimoto or something like that, but not coded, not
But Tachi, to be fair, though they were fighting Kaido, that attack he was only able to land for one because Kaido is an absolutely ginormous target, and the distraction of 8 other people also trying to fight him at the same time. So, do I have confidence in Raizo's ability to land that attack in a similar fashion on page 1 in a 1v1 fight? Not really, but even if it does land, I don't think it's coming close to what Big Mom hit him with, so that's not going to put him down. And if that doesn't put him down, he doesn't have anything else that could do any real damage to him. So I don't see how that's not a low diff. Like he has very little to no recourse to fight back, like Gladius did with Oars. I don't see how it's not. I don't see how.
Has Raizo ever stored a living thing in a scroll?
No.
Only
It's only an end.
Like that's what I'm saying. He doesn't. There's just not much he could do. So I don't see how it's not low diff.
Yeah, I gotta go low diff too. Oh, and Zaki, you go.
Still say mid diff.
Yeah, one thing I want to say though about Raizo that we can't ignore though is that he does have 2 sword style low key. Like I don't know if y'all noticed when he attacked Kaido.
True.
He did. He did
I
slash
forgot.
Kaido. He did slash Kaido's neck.
And he
So-
I'm not speculating on his level of hockey because I just didn't pay too much attention to it.
No, but he has the hockey that can pierce Kaido. Though.
I'm
That's
saying, you got Reno. That's what I'm saying.
You're right. Wait, hold on.
Fair
Zaki.
enough. Fair enough. That's enough for me to say mid diff. Fair enough.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know what?
Wait,
he might scratch page 1, so we'll call
No,
it.
you would puncture him. Let's acknowledge that. He would puncture him, but page 1 would win.
Wait,
I would
Raizo
even
used.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh yeah. Wait, Zaki. Raizo used 2 sword style when they did the combined attack during the first round of the rooftop.
No. But when they jumped out behind Kaido to start the raid,
Minachi.
He had 2 swords on Kaido's neck, like in almost like in a guillotine pose, like he was about to chop this man's head off. I don't know. That looks kind of scary, bro.
I mean, Kaido ate that shit, but like,
Yeah, he did.
It's Kaido though. It's Kaido.
Exactly.
Yeah. So sure, I'll go mid diff, but poor Raizo, man. This isn't the fight for him.
So that's what's the votes on that? What's the votes on that?
Because Tachi, you switched up, right?
Yeah.
I switched up to page 1 high diff.
Yeah, Larry,
So
that's 4-9.
That's a 4-0.
Yeah. You want to give your take now, Larry?
Mine? Page 1. That's it. I don't
Yo,
know.
for
Needs to be said, really.
This is the only one that I was like, this is not close.
Oh, okay. This is the biggest one. Okay.
No.
To reach a consensus.
No, that chopper one. We gotta talk
Seb,
about that another time.
go ahead, Seb.
Listen, the thing is, I also have page 1, but I do think it's a higher diff than y'all are making it out to be. You know what I mean? Like,
why, Seb? I'd love to hear.
For the thing that we already just talked about, that one. Y'all acting like page 1, like Raizo can't use the Zoe water, which is seawater. See, is it not? Is it not?
It is. It is.
Oh man,
You're telling me he can't use it in a way that he's not affected?
bro. Unless he,
Did you see the quantity?
Listen, you don't have to release all of it. You don't have to release all of it at one time.
Has he shown that he can do a partial release of
Bro,
the story?
hold on. If I can seal water in scroll, I can dictate.
Yeah, that's a good argument.
Out, bro.
Yeah, that's
like,
a good argument. Yeah.
Like we're gonna limit the. Oh, I can't control all the water that comes out. I'm sealing water.
But where are they Where are they fighting that he could keep the water contained to page 1 without affecting himself?
He
But
just
would be
shoots
large
straight.
enough.
Page one just runs.
Right?
Hold
on. Raizo is a ninja. Y'all trying to tell me he can't get up? He can't elevate his stance somewhere? Like y'all acting like
Page 1 just gonna stand there? Doesn't he turn into like a T-Rex?
Seb, listen to me.
Like, is he just gonna
Listen, I have page 1. I'm not saying page 1 doesn't win the
Seb.
fight. I'm
Right,
just
but
saying
I'm just wondering what the water does.
All
bro.
seen
Like,
page 1 get rough.
Let Larry cook. Let Larry cook.
Seb,
Yeah, Larry.
Seb,
Have more.
Seb. Sanji with the raid suit didn't even hurt page 1 like that.
That's
Unless-
the manga, that's the anime.
Unless
In the manga, the fight was off panel.
Unless-
That's your interpretation.
unless he hiding a Big Mom Advanced Conqueror's punch in his scroll, I don't give a bro.
He's hiding a Yonko's burrow breath in his scroll.
Cool.
And
It's not Advanced Conqueror's Haki.
It melted
Right.
a mountain. It melted a mountain.
Wiped the entire mountain out with that burrow breath, bro.
It was
He
magmatized.
made Kaido scream using that.
Yeah, so did
Yonko screaming attacks in the tuck.
Yo,
And
so-
y'all-
Yamako's mom.
so did Kid slamming Kaido in his dragon form.
You're damn right. Put respect on my boy. Thank you.
And we know that shit didn't do anything. So we good, bro.
Why you always
We
have to
good,
jump on
bro.
me?
So you know,
Let's be honest. though, Kaido loves screaming.
yeah, he does,
He likes to drink,
bro. It's 6-0, bro. Don't even put on your diff.
distraction of 8 other people.
It is. Listen, I'm going page 1. I'm going high diff. I think it'll be higher than y'all think.
You can say whatever you want, bro.
He got Rio. Yo, he has observation hockey as confirmed by the Vivri. Like,
But
he's
so did-
all right.
But here's the thing.
Hockey,
Sanji,
like, that's somehow,
no,
like,
Sanji
that's
also
somehow
has
better
a lot
gauge.
better observation hockey, and page 1 still tagged him to where the point where even when Sanji was wearing the raid suit, he said, "Yo, that hurt," and I had a raid suit on. He said that.
Listen, bro.
He was getting used to the raid suit as well. Remember that?
Listen.
He was like,
Raizo was getting the beats by Kaido, and he was good. Okay, he was
He
good.
was not good.
Somebody else after that.
He was down until some mysterious person popped in and healed him. He was not
Listen,
good.
he fought a Yonko on the same day he fought his arch nemesis for hours, bro.
Guess who else did that? Kid in Law.
Seb,
And they won.
you know how fraudulent Raizo is? He had a whole country at his back. And he had Neko and Inu right there to help him. He could have just got out of the tree and fought with them to beat Jack's ass. And what he do? Stay back and let his Nakama get their limbs taken off.
Yo,
He was chained up. He was chained up.
Come on, man.
Up.
Damn, yo, imagine page 1 being chained up and not being able to break out. Crazy. Crazy. Soft ass Raizo.
Hold on.
His stock lowering,
Is
bro.
Sasaki stronger than page 1 or not?
No.
No, you're a Kafir. You are a Kafir.
I'm serious. I'm saying no.
I put
Wait,
page 1. I
Sasaki's
put
stronger
page
than
1.
who?
I saw I saw Sasaki get taken out by Frankie with like 2 moves. I'm good.
Literally, a
Right.
suplex,
Right.
a suplex, and a regular laser that he used in the pre-type, in like just.
We're going
moving
page 1,
explosives.
bro.
Yeah, page 1 is stronger than Sasaki.
If you want to go narratively, we
Page
no,
one
hold
is
on.
stronger than
Hold on.
Sanji.
Let me
That's
go. Let me go narratively. I'm gonna speak narratively. Oh my God, who took a stronger attack? Narratively, it would mean that page 1 was stronger, cause he needed a stronger attack to take him out. Narratively.
No, not even that. Sasaki was shown to
Come on, man.
be overconfident and not even understand.
Why are we staying so long on this topic? It's 6-0, bro. You already know, bro.
That's terrible.
Get the next group in here.
Get the next group in here. I'm just gonna.
No matter what the manga says, none of that.
bro.
Huh?
Nah, bro.
No, we all agree it's page 1 wins.
I feel like Ragnar gonna
I'm
say
just
Raizo.
arguing the diff.
Yeah. All right, guys.
No. But we'll get another group in here.
right.
Appreciate y'all. What's up, boys? Y'all already know
Yeah, it's a lot of
you know
this
what I
one.
mean? Yeah, we probably gonna end it on this one. Get y'all final takes.
Word.
Me and Larry already went. I don't know if y'all heard us. You know, I was caping for the boy Raizo, but I was getting a lot of pushback. I don't know if y'all want to support me and my endeavors, I still went page one, Loki. But y'all can go. We'll start with who, man?
I'm gonna go with page one. Like, there's really nothing. I don't know what to say. Like, it's an ancient zone. Like, what? Yeah, I don't know. Page one, low diff.
Oh my god. All right.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. It's all right. Y'all gotta educate yourselves on the man that is Raizo, man. But all right. We'll go Strahd.
Right. Yeah, I wasn't listening too much. I'm not gonna cap. We were talking a lot of Kingdom down there. Anyways, I'm just gonna go ahead and say page one. I'm not sleeping on Raizo. I know he's got some crazy abilities with the scroll, this, that, and the other, but I'm gonna go with the whole, mythical devil fruit, durability, just the stuff that we've kind of seen with his interactions with ulti and some of the things he's had to like just kind of hit or get hit with or tank. So it might be.
Stop the cap.
I'm gonna go with that, and I'll say high diff. High diff. I respect for Raizo.
Thank you, Strahd. Oz.
My bad. I'm eating some wings real quick. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else to say. I mean, everybody's basically said what I wanted to say, bro. So yeah, page one.
What's the
diff? Just for you, Seb. High diff.
Appreciate it, Oz. Chin.
So Raizo versus page one. I would try to like cap Raizo a little bit, but I can't see it. Like let me ask one question. Raizo has the water from Zoe.
Yeah.
And can he still get like his blast breath? Can he get Kaido?
He stored it in the scroll. He still got that.
He still got it? I thought he used it right back on Kaido, if I'm wrong.
I mean,
wait, does he have that? Because he did use that. Does he have like more than one of that?
Everybody, we established that he's able to use that in this fight. Whether he changes the fight or not, whatever, but yeah.
Ooh, okay. Let me do some research. Get back to me real quick. Let me do some research.
All right, JT?
Yeah, I mean, I really don't have anything to say. And Raizo's, I mean, I would love to put devil's advocate for this one, you know me, but I'm gonna just have to give it to page one. Yeah, I'm gonna just give it page one. I really can't say anything else about it.
All right. Appreciate the very limited take, JT. Dom.
Dude, I'm gonna cape for Raizo. Dude, Raizo extreme diff.
Let's go.
Raizo extreme diff.
We got one.
I think y'all underrate him, bro. Last I remember, so y'all want to hate on Green Bull all the time. You can say he pissed his pants in front of Shanks. All y'all would have done the exact same thing because he's the craziest dude in the verse, right? So as much as everyone wants to hate on Green Bull from the one time we've seen him, he's still an admiral. And last I checked, Raizo was trying to throw hands with that same admiral. So, and I never saw page one throw hands with an admiral. He was just afraid of his older sister. So there's really nothing in this fight that makes me think page one is gonna just go off on Raizo when Raizo's a ninja and he has so much in his bag that he's able to use on page one. Like he's gonna always keep him on his toes. So yeah, I'm gonna cape for the underdog, Raizo extreme diff.
I'll push back on that. He was actually able to tank some hits from a raid suit Sanji. So that is some durability for Page.
I never said he didn't have durability. I think Raizo's gonna be able to use all the tools in his bag and be able to take him down. Especially if he has that blast breath scroll.
Also, that was simultaneous with Luffy using Haki Build Gear 3.
All right. I lost my place. Oh, Balenci.
gonna just make it simple because like, I'm gonna just say page one off rip. I was just looking into the One Piece wiki. I forgot what dinosaur it was, but I guess it really don't matter because dinosaurs are dinosaurs. You know, they're all tough. Not everything is finna get past a dinosaur, especially by Akazanon. Akazanon. Yeah, you might have that blast breath, but keep it being. I don't really think a whole blast breath is taking down one shot in OT. I mean, not OT. I keep mixing them up. Page one.
Oh, good.
I don't see that really doing any significant like lethal damage that Raizo could one up for a win. So I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna say high diff just for Raizo having actual good factors into this fight and not being total fodder.
Appreciate the take, Valencia. Ragnar.
I'm not gonna lie. When I first heard this, I was thought, yeah, maybe Page One takes this. But the truth is, isn't Raizo like a walking impact dial? Like he could just pull out a scroll and just take the head bash, and then release it on him like Usopp to Luffy back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Okay, be honest. The scroll fruit isn't that like super busted because he can just like counter every attack? Because we're going with speculation here because these are mid cards. Speculation is allowed.
Yes, sir.
All right. So if you ask me, if you can pull out a scroll and absorb a blast breath, and you can absorb a water that could drown every single troop in that building, you can definitely absorb a headbutt. You can definitely absorb a claw and then dish out that attack right back at them. Of course, I have no evidence of him absorbing physical attacks, but I don't see a reason why scrolls can't absorb physical attacks. If he can absorb a blast breath the size of an island, it's fine. So in my opinion, it's Raizo wins, just based on the fact that he just wouldn't hit Raizo? Is that weird? Anyway, yeah, Raizo wins mid-diff. Not extreme, because based on what I'm saying, it should be easy for him, other than him timing Page One's attacks. And Raizo can do clone jutsu. He can do paralysis jutsu. Because they said Raizo like mastered a ridiculous amount of like jutsu, right? The only person that like really beats Raizo in jutsu mastery is what's his name? Orochi's henchman.
Mm-hmm.
So in my opinion, just based on hacks, because sometimes it's not really about power, just his hacks, he's like a really good counter for Page One, in my opinion. So yeah, Raizo would win this decently. No, I'm gonna go high diff, not extreme diff, but high diff.
I appreciate the take, man. I really do. More so than some of the other takes this go round. Respect. Y'all jumped out the window for real. I ain't do all that. I still voted Page One, but like, I wish I had the courage. You know what I'm saying? To go for Raizo.
I'm the one that says Jinbei
I
over
wish I
Zoro.
had the courage. I wish I had that. I wish I had what y'all got in y'all to do that. I don't got it, but I respect it.
Yo, Seb, before you pick the next person, did you pull JT in here yet?
I think we got JT in here before. Did we not, Larry?
If he didn't pick Page One, you know, he not. I'm personally not going to allow him to have any more valid takes, no matter what comes out his mouth. No, this episode he's been speaking total blasphemy, and I will not stand for it for the future.
I will not stand for it.
Oh,
JT is still here, bro.
JT,
He can't
do
defend
not
himself.
validate any facts that comes out your mouth. I do not validate it at all. It's not valid. You're reading the wrong manga.
All right, Toby, I think you're the last one to go. So
I still gotta go after Toby.
Yeah,
I did my research.
All right, Toby, go ahead.
All right, yo, Raizo is a great guy. You know what I'm saying? He's a ninja. You know, he be doing his thing, yo. But with that being said, Page One wins, yo. Right? Page One is, Raizo. I wasn't lying, bro. Raizo be doing his thing, but Page One is his own and faster, stronger. Maybe not faster. Physically faster. Raizo be doing his thing with his ninja stuff, though. You know what I'm saying? Now I respect Raizo. You know what I'm saying? But I don't see him even being a 𝗃𝐵 if he was a part of Kaido's crew. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna say page one. It's closer than y'all think. I'm gonna say high div. You know what I'm saying?
Go. Let's go.
I'm
If
gonna say
y'all
high div.
high div threshold, I got love for y'all. All right.
High div, man. Page one. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Shin.
Okay. So I had to do my research and seeing all the attacks. And he got the water from Zoro and Kaido's blast breath. And can he? I'm gonna say it go to my boy Raizo. It's gonna go to my boy Raizo. I got it with extreme death, and let me explain why. That storing the headbutt, I can't agree with that. I have not seen him store any physical attacks. I don't think he can store physical attacks. But he can wrap the scroll around people's bodies and hit them with point blank attacks, like he did Kaido with his own blast breath. Kaido was able to tank it because that's his own attack, and that's Kaido. He has a way higher durability than the 𝗃𝐵 based off him being an Oni. And not only is it not an ancient Zoan, it is a mythical Zoan. All mythical Zoans we've seen had a crazy amount of durability that no other person or devil fruit has shown. Next. Page one. I can say, let's just give him basic hockey, but this man observation trash based off what we've been seeing, bro. And Raizo can make clones. Not only that, the man can Batman smoke bomb on the ground. He instantly gonna get lost. Not only that, with the water from Zoe, wrap the scroll around page one head, vacuum seal, release the water, folks drowned. He's going to drown. Stop playing with my boy Raizo. And I don't know, I couldn't find this on the wiki. What was that freezing attack that him and 𝐹ukarokujo was doing for like 40 plus chapters?
It's a ninjutsu.
What would like he can
paralysis? They can like freeze you. They can like make you stop moving.
And it's the only reason they was holding still was because they was doing it to each other. Exactly. So if Raizo hit him with the paralysis jutsu. After that, moves, conjure a scroll, drowns this man page one. I got my man Raizo extreme death.
I'm switching up. I'm switching up.
I'm
switching up too.
Raizo extreme dev.
I'm switching up too, bro. I gotta be honest, bro, because he's actually, it said that in his youth he was a master of ninjutsu. Imagine all these years now. Imagine all of these years after, bro. Yeah, I got give me Raizo too. I'm switching.
Oh,
I got a question.
Stop playing.
I do have a question with what Shin's bringing up. Just for clarification, Raizo also has an ability called Canton or Canton, however you want to pronounce it, and in the description of it, it specifically states that he's able to use a scroll to store fire. Raizo releases the flames from the scroll in a concentrated attack. So my question is, can he do that with anything that he puts in the scroll? Therefore, could he use a Kaido Bolo breath in a concentrated attack once he uses that and wraps it around them? Is that possible, or is that only limited to the Katen fire attack?
Hold on, let me look at it real quick. Let me go to the wiki.
That's my question, because if you can concentrate a Kaido Bolo breath to wrapping it around with paralysis,
and then throw the water on him.
Throw the water, and it was seawater because Zoro only drinks
seawater too, bro. It's over, bro. Yeah, yo.
I think I'm switching.
Yo, Raizo got that.
We need a recount. We need a recount.
Let's go.
Bring everybody back up. Recount. I'm telling you,
I think you need a recount because I'm switching to Raizo too. It'd be extreme death because it's not going to be a pushover.
Shin, my guy.
Clutch.
Yo, Shin got the power that Luffy got, yo.
This is
Larry
second time
Page.
swaying everybody.
No, well, if you just look at the wiki, yeah, I mean, if word for word, if that's what we're going by.
Yeah, bro, word for word, bar for bar, bro.
Bars.
I was telling you,
you
his
heard.
bag is different, bro. He's got this
Yo,
extreme
shit is
diff.
on a roll, yo. This
Stop
is
playing.
Shit done swayed about multiple people today.
What's the count right
Listen,
now?
I don't even
Bro,
know.
we
We gotta do a recount because I
Also, we
switched.
gotta put into. We also gotta think about it. Page one is very like immature when it comes to fighting too, bro. Like, yeah, dude, Raizo got that. I'm sorry.
Well, he's not a slouch, right? But like
I
you
need a
know, if
recount.
Raizo shoots the 3 and he hits it, it's over. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're
Not
doing. That's what
only
we're talking
that,
about.
Raizo had speed feats because of what he did in Udon when he was bouncing wall to wall. Stop playing.
That's true.
He has insane stealth too, because he was in Udon for days
Mm-hmm.
without being spotted, bro. And it
That's
says that
true.
he has Ryu and he has observation hockey, which it says it in the wiki, dude.
He was able to
Yo.
cut Kaido. He was able to cut Kaido. He was able to cut Kaido. Why can't he cut page one? Why can't he cut page one?
He got
Toby, you know you want to switch, bro. Look at you.
paralysis, fire,
You know you want to switch,
Man,
bro.
matter of fact, I'm moving this from extreme depth to high depth. Stop playing with my boy
I'm
Raizo.
thinking about it, bro. I'm thinking about it.
I need a recount. Raizo coming forward, bro.
I'm thinking about
That
it,
wiki
man.
really did switch me up, bro. So quick, dog.
That's like 5 votes right there to switch. We need to tally up.
We gotta revote it. Yo,
We
Larry,
did, bro.
man, you
Change
know
it
what
up
you gotta
already.
do. You on mute.
Go ahead.
It's 5-9.
Yeah, you muted, homie.
It's
You want
5-9. Page one still.
No, it's not.
5 people switched. And it's
Five
5-9.
people switched their vote just now.
Oh, then it would be 8-6.
Yeah, we need a
Raizo?
recount, bro. I'm bringing everybody in.
You sure? I thought it was 3. I thought 3
Everybody.
people switched their votes.
That math
everybody,
ain't
bro,
mathing,
yeah.
bro. That math
Yeah,
wasn't
3
mathing.
people switched their votes.
Hold up.
I don't know. I heard more than 3.
All right, we gonna make this quick, y'all, because I do gotta go. But we gonna do the recount. I guess Larry, bring everybody back to 0. I guess I don't know.
Recount?
Yes, a recount.
Based
Bro,
off
you
what
don't
I
have
said.
That much of a convincing argument?
Yes,
Just
yes,
because of me.
It's gonna be quick.
I came with facts.
All right, yo, before we do the recount, they need to hear these facts again because they might. Some of them might switch too.
I'm gonna be honest. There's nothing really y'all can tell. You can keep me on page.
All right, yo,
What the fuck
Shin,
happened?
go ahead. All right, basically, Shin brought up the fact that Raizo has paralysis jutsu to stop page one in his tracks. And the only reason why it didn't work in more effective way versus Fukurokuju is because Fukurokuju reflected that back at him or was able to also do a paralysis jutsu. Page one likely wouldn't be capable of doing that. That in conjunction with the fire, breath, stored flames, and the seawater, and some of the other stuff that he could do. We found out he has Ryo. We also found out he has observation hockey. People was jumping out the window, myself included, and we switched our vote to Raizo. I'm
And
still
not-
on extreme div.
Ain't no way.
Listen, we
Yeah,
do.
I'm gonna be honest. That
you gotta keep
sounds
it
all
quick.
well and good, but it's still page one, bro.
So just imagine this.
Thank you, Pete.
Page one is frozen stiff. Raizo wraps the scroll point blank around page one body. Door breath, bam. Still stiff. He's still stiff. Wraps another scroll around his head. Vacuum
Hey,
seal.
Shin, can I say
Drink
something?
in the water.
Shin,
Drink
hold
in
up,
the
hold up, hold
water.
up, hold up,
Drink in the
hold up,
water.
hold up.
Drown him. Drown him. Drown my boy. Drown him.
Do you genuinely think
that?
do you genuinely think that ancient Zoans do not have based resistances and increased endurance at base?
No. Listen.
Dude, Raizo was able to help cut
That-
Kaido.
so-
what are we talking about right now?
So
Listen to
Raizo,
another homies. This is a
Tati.
1v1. Stay on topic.
Listen, Tati. So Raizo hit him point blank. Page one can survive. That's 5. What's really gonna do page one in is when Raizo wraps page one all the way, vacuum seal it, and brings in all the water from Zoe. It is seawater. It's gonna weaken him, and he's gonna drown.
But have we
Yo,
confirmed
to be
the
honest,
strength of
Shin
his
has a point.
paralysis jutsu?
Shin has
Like,
a really
Yeah,
good
have
point.
we confirmed it?
Y'all
It was
sweeping.
only reflected by
No, but this-
Fukurokuju, so
this
we
is
can't
all
really
under the-
scale it to ancient Zoans.
but I'm saying this all operates under the assumption that his paralysis jutsu is strong enough to hold an ancient zone.
But I'm bringing in facts. You're bringing in speculation.
No, I'm not bringing in speculation.
As a Kibi Dango.
No.
Let me.
Let me.
Level as a
I
Kibi
said-
Dango.
No, it's not because it's not a devil fruit power. It's a technique.
No, but that's
Paralysis jutsu
I'm not
ninjutsu.
Shin. You're not bringing facts. You're just stating that he has an ability. I'm talking about the strength of that ability because just like we've seen with all other types of abilities, especially devil fruit related, the strength of the 𝐴𝐴𝐽 of the person that's being used on is a determining factor in its effects. So it's a legitimate question: does Raizo have enough strength or 𝐴𝐴𝐽 compared to or to a mythical zone like Page One for his paralysis jutsu to have the effect?
Okay,
He has Ryoga cut
let me
Kaido.
say this.
Yeah.
Let me say this.
He has Ryoga cut
Page one is an ancient zone. First off, Page One also does not have no 𝐴𝐴𝐽 feats. Raizo has Ryo, which is an advanced form of 𝐴𝐴𝐽.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
That's just what people in Wano call 𝐴𝐴𝐽. That's not the same as
His
the...
𝐴𝐴𝐽 attack was able to hurt Sanji through the Raitsu. He said he felt it through the Raitsu.
So it was Raizo was able to cut Kaido.
But it didn't leave a
Okay, that's fine.
Guys, remember, by speculation, Raizo can those attacks by absorbing them into the scroll. I'm just saying.
Stop the cap. Oh, he can absorb melee attacks?
Since when can he absorb
there's no,
we don't
in my
really
opinion, Raizo's scroll jutsu are no different from impact dials.
They are different. They are different. The very nature of them is different because one's a devil fruit power and one's impact.
Can I ask you one question, Shin? Can I ask you one question, Shin? Shin, can I ask you one question? Why didn't he paralyze Kaido?
Too much stuff going on. Too much stuff.
No, that's not.
Kaido and Page One are not comparable. So
why didn't he paralyze Jack?
The same as paralyzing.
Why didn't he paralyze Jack?
You can't compare the two.
Everybody listen to Tachi.
Why didn't he paralyze Jack?
Period.
They didn't let him. They straight up
if Raizo came out, Jack would have known Raizo was at Zone. What are you talking about?
So Inarashi and Nekomamushi are below Raizo?
They were looking for Raizo. Like,
they was looking for Raizo.
He's in hiding. That's part of the arc.
But if Raizo is capable of doing the things that you're saying, him, the cat, and the dog should have been able to beat Jack. He shouldn't have
Hold on, y'all are arguing against the plot. The plot was to make sure that Jack could not find Raizo.
Okay,
they didn't want him to find Raizo because they're not strong enough to beat him.
Speculation.
The entire island of Joe still went to fight Jack. That still happened. They were trying to make They were trying to make sure that Jack could not relay back to Kaido and them that Raizo was there. That was a part of it. When I think that Raizo can fight Jack, that's a whole other thing. I don't think Raizo can beat Jack. I'm not saying he can. I'm saying the plot of that situation is not, oh, Raizo's too weak, therefore we can't let him go to. That's not what that was. It was we can't let our enemies find out where Raizo is. Period.
Yo, quick question. Hey, look, quick question. Look, you guys didn't let me get through the list, right? Why didn't he paralyze Green Bull?
Bro, the levels.
No answer again.
There's paralyze the Odin drawing.
Stronger than Page One.
I
can't be paralyzed.
Okay, I understand. I understand you guys. Why didn't he paralyze Conjuro?
Because they had feelings for Conjuro still. Everybody did.
Stop.
They did.
Everybody did.
You can't. Listen,
he painted Odin.
So when they when Conjuro first showed up as Odin, didn't they all think it was Odin?
Not first.
Hold on. Zaki, I get what you're saying, but the fact that somebody hasn't used an ability that we know that they have in random fights is not proof that they can't use the ability.
Exactly.
Why has Law just gamma knifed every single person he's ever fought?
It's not on the scale of a gamma knife. But it's not on the scale of a gamma knife.
I understand what you're saying, but you guys are giving him an attack, and you guys are giving him leeway with the attack.
Have
we ever seen him use the paralyzed jutsu and then move around after doing it with letting go of the hand seal? Have we ever seen?
He couldn't move
I understand. Look, I understand he couldn't. Right? But have we seen him use other impo after using that? Have we seen him use the scroll after paralyzing
his hands in a certain way?
After the Fuguro Kuju fight,
what makes you say that?
Because he can make clones. At the minimum, he can make a clone.
Right. That's right.
Like, why wouldn't he be able to make a clone, do a paralysis jutsu, and then use the clone to do the other things? We've seen him make clones.
But here's my point. You guys are
We've never
giving
seen his
him.
ninpo do
You guys
this
are giving
strong.
him leeway with an ability that we've never seen it used before, and it's like, okay, he freezes
That's
you,
what
he
we've
does this.
done for every person
Okay.
in this tournament. So removing that opportunity from Raizo is literally biased.
No. It's not even that. It's just that I don't
Raizo
see.
if you
look, let me go ahead because I ain't been here. Y'all tell me if I'm wrong, right? If you think he can paralyze somebody and just barrage them with attacks as long as he wants to, right? Then that means Raizo is probably the strongest mid character of all time. And if that's the argument you want to go, yeah, that's fine. But I think Page One wins.
So let me answer that. So we don't know that. We can't answer that, right? We probably can't answer. Literally, the scrolls and stuff is a devil fruit ability. He uses the same hand seal, or if I'm correctly, he doesn't use a hand seal when he pulls out the scroll. He pulls out the scroll because that's a devil fruit ability. That's not a ninjutsu. Ninjutsu comes from himself.
Correct.
He pulls out the devil fruit, the scrolls, while somebody else is frozen. The reason he couldn't do that then was because he was also paralyzed by Fukurokujo. That's the only reason.
Okay, Shin, can I ask you something? Another thing? Right. So you're saying that the paralyzed, because Fukurokujo and Raizo caught each other in the paralyzed attack, it's attack you have to catch somebody with, right? So my thing is, you're saying that Raizo's whole game plan is hopefully I catch him with the paralyzed jutsu. I'm going to save all my other attacks because I want to hit him when he's paralyzed. And then I'll save all my attacks until I paralyze him. You think he's pretty much nerfing himself there. No, but he's nerfing himself there. That means he's not going to use the Boro Breath before he uses the paralyzed jutsu. He's not going to use the water before he uses the paralyzed jutsu. He's not going to use anything that's in his scrolls because he would have to use those
That's
attacks.
not true because you know that's not true because if he wanted to, he could start with the water, then with the paralysis, then with the Boro Breath. If you wanted to,
okay, cool. It's
wait.
water moving.
If you wanted
to, are
he could
weakened by
start with
still water.
Hear me out. If he wanted to, he could start with the clones and then with the water, then with the Boro Breath, then with the paralysis. If he wanted to, he could start the paralysis, then with the clones, then with the water. You're saying he has to go down this route, but the truth
thing is, y'all gotta also remember how much water it was.
No, but
this
is all
everything he needs
ability to tank stuff.
Raizo has every ability he needs to be
this whole
paid for.
thing
That's all I'm
works.
saying.
This whole thing works under the assumption that not only can he activate this paralysis ability and then do other things, but also that it's strong enough to hold his opponent, which there's no evidence to show because he's never had an effective example of it happening.
But there's no evidence to show that his thing failed. It never failed. We've never seen it fail.
Well, yes,
is your shooting percentage, homie?
We've only seen it fail. The one time it showed, it didn't work, right?
I said we've never seen it fail. He only used it against Fukurokujo, and it didn't fail.
Because he threw it back at him.
No,
How
not
is
even
that
that.
fair?
Look, let's not argue that. Let's not argue that. They're right. They're right.
It's not
You guys are right. You guys are right there, right? But are we okay? You guys are the ones arguing the paralysis, right? So I'll give you guys the leeway here. Does he just put the hand sign together and immediately catch anybody in paralysis?
That's what we've seen.
Or does
That's
he
what
have
we've
to?
seen.
That's not what we've seen because it was off screen. It was off screen. Don't say we've seen it.
Let's be clear.
Exactly.
Just so you know,
the paralysis.
Brook's ability is stated to work on everybody. So if you think it doesn't work on everybody, that is speculation. So
No.
Raizo's ability, wait. Raizo's ability has never been shown to be ineffective against anybody. So you
But
thinking
that
it's
doesn't
not
mean
is
that's not the same
speculation.
as being effective.
That's not what I'm
against
arguing, though.
everybody.
That's not what
Like,
you haven't answered my question. You haven't answered my question. My question is, does the paralysis jutsu hit no matter what from any ranger? Like, what do you got? How are you guys arguing that he catches him with the paralysis here?
So basically, what we got to go off of is we didn't hear Fukurokujo say I couldn't dodge it in time, because like if that was the case, they know what the paralysis jutsu is. They know the weaknesses. They know the strengths. If you can just cast it and automatically cast it, they know that's what's gonna happen. So Fukurokujo must have been like, my only option is to put him in the paralysis jutsu too, or vice versa. That's the only
Page
thing
One
we
has
go off of.
crappy observations, so he's gonna get hit by it. So
How does that not make sense?
There's anything to scale that with.
Wait. How can you say
he's shown to have crappy observation?
How can you say Page One has bad observation when he's shown to dodge Sanji's attacks?
In
Raizo Sanji.
And Raizo Sanji is faster than that. Raizo Sanji is way faster.
Pre-awakening.
When did he dodge Sanji's attack? He got kicked.
No, okay, no. Not that he dodged it, but he caught Sanji's kick midair and then swung him through like 17 buildings in the manga. If you want to go with manga, he would
So he
react.
didn't dodge. He made contact, right? That would be a
He caught it.
paralyzation.
That's
right?
better than dodging. Catching a kick is better than dodging.
That's still contact, though. So
Yeah, he countered it.
Theory.
But it didn't hurt his hand, though.
It didn't. That's my point.
It didn't.
He picked Sanji's kick in his Raizu out of the air, caught it, and then swung him through buildings. Right. So that's Sanji in his Raizu. That's way faster than Raizo. Right.
Way
so you
faster.
saying that Raizo can tag him with an attack when he's shown that he can keep up with Sanji in a Raizu? I just don't buy it.
My whole thing is
Zaki, is Page One not susceptible to Foxy's the beam thing? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't have to be physically faster than somebody to catch them with some stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I want
like,
to understand
unless Page
if
One is
Raizo
fully aware
wanted to
of that.
absorb.
No, but like, what
If
does
Raizo
Raizo have
wanted
in
to
his
absorb
bag?
air, listen, hear me out. If you remember Ursa Shock, if Raizo, speculatively, we've never seen this, but if Raizo wanted to absorb air into his scroll, then release it like an Ursa Shock, like Kuma does, he can. Because that's what his ability does.
And he can release concentrated forms.
Let me say something real quick. It's all gonna come down to the votes, right? Because I'm not a theorist, bro. I'm a realist. I go with what I see on the page. I don't speculate what before has happened. That's before, right?
To be clear,
right?
What does Raizo
Somebody give him a hat, bro.
Yo, that's cap.
Be fair.
What
does the scroll
when it comes to the DDT? When it comes to the DDT,
what does the scroll fruit do, bro? I am saying, bro, if lightning struck and Raizo pulled out the scroll fruit, he absorbs the lightning.
He has
I
lightning
understand.
feats like that on his observation?
I understand. Look, I understand what you guys are saying. Look. You guys, look. In the DDT, right, where we don't speculate, I'm not gonna speculate. I'm gonna go with what I see on the screen.
Here. I said that.
In this speculation, Raizo loses because guess what? If you want to placate too much in this fruit, you have to placate to Page One's fruit. We're gonna have to give him that regen. You're gonna have to give him those resistances. You're gonna have to give him those buffs. You're gonna have to give him those increased reaction speeds. You're gonna have to give him those actual physical feats, and then you're gonna have to add on top of that all of the hockey that he has. Being a 𝗵𝗵, working under the most meritocratic system in the goddamn planet.
Now you're just pulling stuff out your neck. We
said, look, we're gonna go in circles at this point. Look, we're gonna go in circles at this point. Let's just vote. My whole
thing was the stuff he had already was the water and the fire.
I want more chaos.
Shin, we gonna vote. All right, I'm gonna go top down. All right, starting with Toby. Who you got with this? No why. Just let you know who you got with this.
Page One.
Okay.
Trash.
You trash too,
Don't
Shin.
get cooked, though. Don't get cooked.
Tachi.
Page One, mid-diff.
Okay. Larry.
Page One.
Okay. Ragnar.
Raizo.
Okay.
Low diff.
Low diff is that's terrible. I'm sorry, Ragnar. I love you, but come on, man.
I even give you respect for mid-diff, but that's okay.
Valenci.
Page One, high diff.
Okay. Dom.
Raizo.
Okay. Infamous.
Page One, low diff.
Okay. Shin.
Raizo high diff.
Oz.
Raizo high diff.
Ooh, shit.
Pete.
Page One, mid diff.
Okay. Strahd.
Raizo, high diff.
All right. Who-Man.
Page One, mid diff.
Okay. Zaki.
Page One, mid diff.
That's game. That's
All
game.
right.
Page One,
I
low
was
diff.
gonna go high Raizo extreme diff.
That was game. That was game. Too many people were stubborn.
No.
Okay.
Everybody spoke from their chest. Quiet, Shin.
It's okay.
Too many people were stubborn, bro.
It was
I came with some straight facts.
You did not.
You still lost though. But I love you, Shin.
You should be happy that you swayed to like
Shin,
5
you
people.
tried to dress up speculation with a little bit of facts.
Yo,
What was the final
vote count?
Hey, yo, Shin.
Keep all
Yo,
this
Shin.
like durability and superiority
Yo, Shin.
energy with page 1.
Yo,
man.
what's up, gang?
Look, what did Jiren say to Vegeta? Sleep warrior. That's enough, bro.
Bro,
You did your job.
Don't disrespect Vegeta, yo.
You
Don't
sleep
talk-
warrior.
Yo,
Don't
Jiren
talk-
talked a lot, dog. He talked a lot. He
Not
still
doing
didn't win
this
the
right now.
tournament.
I will
Don't
not
do that.
tolerate any Vegeta slander ever. I will come at you
Any
with
and
the
all
entire
Vegeta slander
church.
at all
He
times.
hating on all the ghosts.
I'm sorry for being a bad father, Ragnar.
He hates all the ghosts, bro.
Bro, my whole thing was Fugo
it's actually
Kuju
speaking
catch him
ass.
with the freeze and then jutsu. Then he hit
Vegeta's
him with the
literally
ball
one of
breath
the
to
best
weaken.
fathers anime.
Then he
Oh,
rest
bad.
page 1 head in that Zoe water. And there was a lot of water because Onigashima got drowned out.
Homie. Deadass.
Instantly drowns
Who has
page
faster
1.
instincts? Who has faster instincts? A human that's been trained as a samurai or a fucking dinosaur?
I'm gonna say the
human
ninja. The
that's been
ninja has been
trained as a
trained.
samurai.
Hey,
I got
I'm gonna say
to
the
I said
samurai.
killing
dog.
instinct.
telling
I
me
said
I'm too loud in the hotel. So I gotta go.
I'm sorry.
But, we got to end it here. This was a fun DDT. I'm glad y'all all popped out and stayed to the end of the stream. We made it close. You know what I'm saying? Rise of love.
Kings
Man,
will always
Raizo.
be kings. Page 1. First page.
Insane.
But shout out
Yes.
to Page One. He pulled the W. I got to give him his, man.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
They still went extinct though.
Yo, Seb, before
Yeah,
you
that's
end
fine.
this,
Still went
I wanna say
extinct.
one thing.
So the ninjas and samurai.
Go,
This is
go ahead.
literally
You
the
can
first
you
W
can
Page
pull
Loss
me
ever
Stride
gotten
and
in his
Ragnar.
entire life.
We was talking about Kingdom. We can go back to talk about Kingdom.
Seb, before you end this, I just want to say one thing. I don't know what the hype is, but next DDT, you gotta bring out Smoker and the No, because they are waiting for
Facts,
it.
bro. Stop
Yeah,
delaying
we-
it.
They are
that
already
one, bro.
ahead.
Nah,
Stop
Seb.
delaying it.
Keep that hidden, dog. Keep that
Wait,
hidden
wait,
for week
wait,
7.
ETG?
Stop
Listen.
playing with us, Seb.
It's on the way, all right? It's cooking.
Nah,
It's coming.
Not yet, not yet.
Nah, don't say cooking. It's ready.
Next week.
Oh, you gotta take it out.
It's
the
not
oven.
next week. It's not gonna be next week. It's not gonna be for a while. I'm gonna be honest.
Seb, that fight's gonna be so like one-sided. Just hold it to the last, dude.
Yo, an MPT is going to be abusing a reindeer next week.
We actually did research.
Put it in
There's
my
no.
vote.
Yeah,
there's
people
no-
about to be
Stop.
lying about Anel and Smoker.
Yeah,
I'm telling
there's
you.
gonna be a lie.
God.
So the
Oh,
thing
God.
is, if
I'm
we did
gonna hold
research,
my
People will discredit. People will
I'm
discredit.
gonna hold
the
my
season.
tongue, but I guarantee you, me and Larry are on opposing sides on that one.
I'm gonna get a scientist to come next week and tell
yeah,
all
we're
y'all
gonna be
about
cooking.
it.
We're gonna be cooking.
But all right, y'all. I gotta end the stream here, but I really do appreciate y'all being here with us and arguing and championing for your combatants. It was a lot of fun.
Because it's all love.
It's all love, y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Love, I appreciate
Um,
being here. I have
I
fun.
mean, not for Spondum, not for that guy.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah, he can die.
Tachi, third
What?
time cursing, bro. Chill.
I'm sorry, man.
Jesus.
I'm gonna wait 47 hours. My bad.
Go to sleep, bro.
I can't. I have a movie coming out tomorrow.
There's a bed right there.
I know. I can't. I have a movie coming out tomorrow.
You got
An hour and 10 minutes.
All right. But all right, y'all. We're gonna drop y'all. Feel free to discuss the results of the DDT or Kingdom.
chat,
whatever.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about Kingdom. Y'all should read
In
Kingdom.
the
chat,
end,
remember, Vegapunk is a fraud. Jinbei's over Zoro. And
Yo,
that's it.
yo,
Yo,
never say
Ragnar,
it.
mute yourself. Ragnar, mute yourself, dog.
Fuck no. Yo, he's
All right, much love, guys.
I can't with y'all.
You'll never take me alive.
Yeah, they be wildin', man.
Yeah.
DDT always a good time, man. I hope you have fun, bro. I did.
Yeah, I did, man. Thank you for
Oh,
hosting
man.
it, bro.
Huh? I couldn't hear you.
I said thank you for hosting it.
Yeah, man. Hopefully my sound was better this time.
Oh yeah, it was way better actually. You didn't cut out
man.
once.
But I think I have a new system going forward, so that's good.
Yeah.
All right. We have only 2 more fights left in this section of the bracket. It's gonna be Kairos and Chop versus Chopper and Monet versus Ichiji. They should be pretty interesting to start next go around. But yeah, this was a lot of fun.
what are you gonna do? Are you gonna like go after this bracket is done on this side? You're gonna go to the next side?
Yeah, I'll shift to another side. Probably this one over here. Ooh. As y'all can see, the highly anticipated matchup of Smoker and Anel may or may not come down because they got to win their matchups first. But we'll probably shift over to the right side here, or down to the bottom. I'm still not sure yet. But we got like Hideo versus Bellamy and Sasaki versus Kaku, things like that. Judge and Conjuro is one that I'm really anticipating, bro. I don't know about that one yet. But yeah, should be a lot of fun. But you know, the mid-tier goes on.
Yeah,
I hope you guys are liking the new format with some of the more interesting matchups, like the one we just got with Raizo and Page One, which was highly debated. That was a lot of fun for me, bro. I jumped out the window, bro. I had to switch up.
Yeah,
I had to.
You're a fraud.
I meant it this time, yo. I mean, I don't, but it doesn't matter. But all right, y'all. Hope y'all had fun. I know I did, but that's it from us. Like I said, we always do this so we can interact with you guys more. Like last week, or earlier this week, yesterday even, we only able to get to one call. So this is a way for us to expand, to talk to you guys more, and probe y'all on y'all takes on some random One Piece battles like this. So
Yeah.
I really enjoy it. I hope you guys do too. But that's all from me, Larry. I don't know if you have anything else you want to say.
No, I don't have anything.
All right, then we can wrap here. It was real fun.
All right. My name is Larry.
Seb.
And this is that One Piece talk. Have a good